Hampton League Live. Welcome to your live coverage of the 3YBFM Hampton League Live Match of the Day, right here on Streamer, Australia's premier community sports streaming platform. The best coverage of local footy and netball on the Great South Coast starts now. For Warrnambool Nissan, Baitness Rural, McDonald's Warrnambool East and Central, Sungold Fresh Local Milk, and Harvey Norman Warrnambool. This is the 3YBFM Hampton League Live Match of the Day, live and free on Streamer.
Again, it's going to be a cracking contest. You look around and look at great one-on-ones. Hard to go against North Warrnambool here. I reckon North Warrnambool, again, not many teams come here and win, so I'm going to stick with North Warrnambool.
Hilly? Yeah, I'm same. I think a very hard team to beat. It's a great Jackson Grundy's just heading to the coach's box.
Looks good, doesn't he?
Does look sharp too. Fit. Big Jacko. But no, I think North, I just think very hard ground to play against. And I reckon they'll want the wide open looks going inside forward 50, and I reckon North defensively will make it very hard for Portland to try and score.
Tildy?
Eagles for mine too, Stewie. Hard to beat out here. Haven't had a look at Portland for nearly 3 years, so it's a bit hard to tip them, but I think it'll be a pretty close game, and maybe just a home ground advantage might get the Eagles home today.
I'm going Portland, boys. Portland Tigers for me. I just reckon they are going sensationally well, and we are going to see a cracking contest here, led by their coach in Lockie Huppets, he's just a ball magnet, and great contest, Vardy and Malcolm. It is going to be one for the ages. So, strap yourself in for the next couple of hours, because I reckon this is going to be game on.
So you got Tommy Keast and Huppets.
Yep.
Jennings in there. Lovell.
Harley Cobb gone to Lovell.
And then obviously Big Vards and Malcolm in there as well. So
Tell you what.
Nosky Wilson.
Yeah, and we haven't spoken a lot about Sam McLaughlin too, who is a gun. So his first game back.
He'll play mostly forward, I reckon. You'll have a bit of time on the ball, but I reckon he'll play mostly forward.
So umpire Lockheed in game number 450 to get us underway. Hampton League Live, he holds it aloft. Vardy will be up against Benny Malcolm. And we will see that right throughout the afternoon. As the ball goes up, Vardy wins this one down, just judged it a little bit better. Coming through there was Jennings. Keast there, gets a handball back to Brennan, gives it to no one. Malcolm comes through, could have been taken without it. Stacks on the mill, and we will have a ball up. Exciting contest. Any other matchups you can see, Tildy and Wiggs?
We just got the one we spoke about, Nosky and Wilson.
So ball thrown up. Malcolm got the tap down this time away. Garland up further up the ground. And he's wrapped up and not given any chance to get any space. So we'll go again. Umpire Lockheed throws up nice and high. The two big ruckmen. Malcolm got the fingertip on it, coming towards it. There was the Tigers. Huppets wrapped up and not going anywhere as well. So a very congested start, Wiggs, to start off the first minute.
Repeat stoppages, both sides good defensively and good tackling sides too. So
It'll be a good contest, this ruck contest. It's going to be like Malcolm, you would say, he's going to look upon this as a real big challenge, isn't he? Here they go. First foray forward for the Bombers. Kick, bouncing football. Here goes Wilson, getting back Scoble last on the defence. He's a big man, Jake Wilson, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a big unit. Probably too big for each, but I think Nosky's probably a pretty good matchup for him.
So Chopper Lewis gets a resultant kick in. The first score goes to the Portland Tigers. So Lewis goes short, cutting it off though, sharp, just goes through his hands, gathers, spills it out, going in nice and hard there was Lovell. And umpire Stevie Walker says, you've got no prior opportunity, we will have a ball up.
So umpire Walker, about 45 metres out from the Tigers' goal, coming in from a long way there was Malcolm, and Vardy and Malcolm didn't really get much of the pill. Here's Lewis with a handball out, having to make his teammate work. Geez, a lot of players around the contest. Just no room. They're squeezing up the space.
Bit of pressure, really, isn't there? A few fumbles.
Yeah, like I said, but good tackling sides, good contested ball sides, both of them.
So still inside forward 50 for the Portland Tigers. Malcolm, Vardy here, sharp at best read of the ball, brushes aside. He'll look to straighten the kick up towards the goal square. Wilson has a shot. Oh, geez, he's good. Good body work. Really good body work from Jake Wilson. He's a nice size. He was having to work against Noski, but he just got enough hand on it early to control it for a second bite.
Yeah, and it's interesting too. Sharp, who's played as a midfielder but forward, goes up to the back of the stoppage, and they use him as that release. And it's lived in Portland's forward half for the first part of the game.
He's going to kick from 10 metres out directly in front. He's leading the comp in the goal kicking, Jake Wilson, and that's goal number 20 for the season and the first of the afternoon. And on the National Tiles scoreboard, the Tigers are leading 1-1-7, leading North Warrnambool yet to score.
Yeah, look, repeat stoppages. Again, interesting because Malcolm and Vardy, they've both probably been dominant ruckmen, and where their midfielders can get quite aggressive, but now they're up against each other, so there's a bit of just sort of feeling each other out a little bit. But Malcolm's probably again been able to get first hand to it.
He's a big man, Tilt, isn't he?
Yeah, you don't want to engage in a wrestle with him, Stu. You need to lay off him and try to come over the top, I think.
So ball back in the middle. Malcolm and Vardy again. Vards wins this one down. Straight down the throat of Cobb, who's wrapped straight up.
Just while we're on Jake Wilson, Stu, I think he played a lot of senior footy in the Sanford too, I think, didn't he?
Yeah, West Adelaide.
Yeah.
He's kind of been playing a bit of centre-half back the last couple of years too, hasn't he? Because that's where they've needed him.
Yeah, been either end.
So this time Malcolm wins it straight down to Huppets. Gets a handball out to a teammate. Little chip kick. Beautiful kick it was too, and that's Joshy Edwards. He's had a great start. He plays on quickly to Lovell. Lovell kicks out into space. Kick just misses the target. Bouncing football. Will it sit up? No, it won't for Toby Jennings. And the ball goes out of bounds. But they're getting their hands on it, that midfield, Wigsy, as we touched on. They're hard to stop, aren't they?
And look, even watching their seconds play, they like to use the corridor. They'll change angles. Again, they're playing good Hampton League footy now, this team.
Handball receives, Wiggs, I reckon. That's the game, the style they like to play. They handball receive. Here they go. Gorman did nicely. Keith looking it out at defensive 50. Wines first two at the snooze man, who gets and releases the footy. And it's a free kick to the Portland Tigers. I think it may have been out of bounds on the full. And it's going to go to the Portland Tigers and Connor Peters with a resultant free kick on true centre wing. So a 7-point lead for the Tigers early on. 4.5 minutes gone on the league contracting time clock. Edwards has to take a reaching mark inside the centre square. Gets a handball to Peters, who likes to run and carry. Inside 50. Wilson, the target. Goes over through a few pairs of fingers. And nice bit of work there by Scoble in the end to get the ball away from Jennings, and we'll have a boundary throw in.
Tell you what, they look very, very well organised. Really well organised. Stoppages behind the ball, in front of the ball. They know how they want to move it.
And plenty of run from behind the footy, isn't
there?
it?
Impressive.
So ball, it's been all in the Portland Tigers forward 50 in this first kind of 5 minutes of this contest. Vardy wins it down to Keast, gets it to Lewis. Lewis now kicks out into space. So it's a running contest now. Could have been taken without the football. Here goes Keast. He gathers. Good work. Gets it to Wines. Wines back to Keast. Under pressure though. The intensity's nice and good, and wrapped up there by Clay Nichols was Harry Keast. Right in front of us here. The commentary box. As the Eagles start swinging a few little changes here. Coming through Huppets. He gets a quick kick forward. Lewis reading it better. Bouncing football. Jeffy Garlett left foot. Snap around the body. And Jeffy, he slots one. And that is a Lucas Brothers snag of the day. And just on the Lucas Brothers snags, 3 gold medals, 3 silver and 3 bronze over at Frankfurt. That's pretty good, Wiggs. That's a good goal.
Don't know what you're talking about. But, look, again, that was a Lockie Hubbard's first possession from the clearance here. And just getting it forward, probably lucky bounce. But
Jeffy, good finish, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolute class. Forward line just looks open and dangerous because they're getting in there quick.
Huppet's good around the stoppages too. He seems controlled and measured, and he doesn't
get you Lovell will. Then you got Daniel Jackson. So
they've got depth. Hey, Harry Keast got the clearing kick towards centre half forward. Harris approaches the football for the Eagles. Here's that man again. Huppets kicks it on the 45, and there's your man Wiggsy, and Jack Walsh takes the mark, and he'll go to Proctor. Dangerous sort of kick looking towards Clay Nichols, but it was good enough in the end. Just had enough separation from Xavier Harris, and he'll take the mark, and he looks a bit proppy, and he kicks it towards the wing. A nice one to Curtis. So Curtis, bit of a playmaker, Short kick, not his best. Intercepted mark, Matty Wines. What a stalwart he's been here at North Warrnambool. Wines keeps it low and not his best towards centre half forward. And I reckon that might be Darcy Campbell who's taken the mark at true centre half back. So they'll bring in the broadcast side. Sharp will be the tugger, has to take on a couple. Went the early jump, and he was able to get the foot in the hand. He lost it, then he got it, and he's wrapped up by Scobell. Harris, free kick's been deemed, and advantage paid to the North Warrnambool Eagles.
Yeah, good play too. Quick ball movement. So here goes Wines now. That is Snooze. He kicks further afield. Good kick to Higgins. Finger tipper, so he's a true centre half forward. Plays on quickly. Everill's the target. Bouncing football. Getting back there was Proctor. Good play, steady play. Little banana kick out of defensive 50. Banger Gorman's there for the North Warrnambool Eagles, and the ball goes out of bounds. And we are going to have a ball up. And I'll tell you what, the intensity here, Scotty Carter, all thanks to B&B Furniture Plus Mobility and Movement. It's pressure personified, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty hot game of footy to start off with, Stewie, but how impressive was Garlett's last goal. He swung onto that left foot, and that was never missing.
No, he did it with absolute ease, didn't he? It was like he was back at Carlton tilt.
Yep.
Here's Walsh, cross half back, looks to try and centre it, but wasn't his best. And they're working hard defensively here, the Portland Tigers. So still ball up in, it's a 50-50 contest. Coming through there for the Eagles was Bishop, but he was wrapped up, and the Tigers will get the free kick. And Richardson, the man who takes the mark, gets it to Edwards. They go through the corridor. Jackson, now he's got Edwards. That's Jake Edwards all by himself, and he's got some time. Where will he go? Kicks it towards a player in the league. Garlett flies, but a nice mark taken by Will Brennan.
He's been good since he's gone back this year,
Yeah,
Will Brennan.
Been a really good move.
Yeah, he's been a great revelation. Nice mark taken on that far outer side for the North Warrnambool Eagles. Little chip kick over the top to a teammate in Jai O'Brien. O'Brien, he chips further afield. That's Grundy. That's Callum. Plays on quickly. Vardy's pushed forward. Getting numbers back, though. The Portland Tigers. There's Huppets. A little 1-2 action there to Peters. Cut off, though, that time by O'Brien. Gets it to McLaughlin. McLaughlin swings on the right boot. Getting back with a flight. Nice mark in the end was Blackney Noda. The ex-Roosters ended up at Portland,
yeah,
Witsy.
he's a good player, too, and I think he's working over there by reports.
Kicks out into space. So they're finding plenty of space here, the Portland Tigers, and they're hitting up kicks. There's Peters. Gets it further afield to Proctor. Sharp just had to sit underneath it. Adam Wines, little flick over the top. That was good play. Scobell there as well. Keast. That's Bailey. Happy to see the ball go out of bounds. And Tilt. She's nice and hard. Contested footy at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. What's impressed me so far is Portland, to me, seemed a real hard running side. They've always got a number with the overlap handball. They also push back pretty hard in the back 50 to defend.
Benny Malcolm going up against Vardy again. Vardy wins this one straight down the throat of Huppets. He was wrapped up quickly, so they've put a bit of work into Huppets. Matty Wines that time putting the tackle on, and umpire Stevie Walker says, let's have another ball up. So Malcolm and Vardy, smack bang on centre wing. Vardy just used his strength. Oh, a little flick over the top to Cobb. There's Keast over the top, looking for McLaughlin. Ball doesn't sit up. It's kind of gone out of view there. I can't see it, to be honest.
And Scotty's right. Like just about every mark, there's been a runner there to give for Portland. North Warrnambool being a bit kick mark. So different styles.
Do you expect Vardy and Malcolm to spend majority of time on the ball? It's where they're going to be positioning themselves so they're not overexerting, their
I think
distances.
so. I think certainly for Ben Malcolm, it's probably going to be more on ball. Vardy might push forward a bit more than Malcolm might.
So Gorman almost had it. Jackson read it really well in the end. And the Tigers, they're trying to work it through Jackson once again, but he's wrapped up over the line and will have a boundary throw in. So 2-1-13, the Tigers, 11 minutes gone. The Eagles yet to score. Sunshine is out here at Bushfield Oval, or as Eagle Park. And the young boundary umpire coming in a few metres to get that right distance in. Good boundary throw in, front position, Vardy. Got it down, Wines was there, and gathering there was Keith. Goes to Callum Grundy, inside forward 50, and a nice mark taken there by Campbell in the end. Another one of those youngsters that are doing really nice at the Tigers. Courtesy spots up at centre half back. He'll look to switch the kick. Kick has to be good. Higgins almost had it. They can get out of trouble here, and here they go through Peters. They like using the corridor. Gets it to Huppets. He'll bring it to the wing. Has to be good with the kick, and it is to Joshy Edwards. Edwards now Keeps it low, centre half forward, diving mark Malcolm. The build-up's good here from Portland. So Malcolm, he'll go the switch kick on that outer side, so they're just spotting up teammates. Curtis, a little short kick to Jackson at 45 metres out. He'll play on again, and he gets it to Jennings. Jennings will go short to the pocket, and he finds Sharp, and they just
keep the ball moving. They just keep the ball moving, and they zigzag it all around. It's hard to.
It's like fleet-footed brigade, aren't they? Have you been impressed, Tilt? This is the first time you've seen them.
Absolutely, I've been impressed. Yeah. Those foot skills there, 3 or 4 passes in a row, didn't look like missing a target.
So Sharp, he'll kick from about 30 metres out on a 45-degree angle. He's every chance. Comes in, connection's good. And accuracy just to the near side and a minor score. So 2-2-14 on the National Tile scoreboard. They lead North Warrnambool yet to score. 13 minutes gone on the league contracting time clock.
Yeah, and you look at North Warrnambool's entries. Portland's marked it probably 3 times going inside North Warrnambool's forward 50. So North Warrnambool, again, you've got Batten down there, but they're not overly big. Zach Everill's playing key positions. So, just a little bit undersized.
Here goes Adam Wines now for the Eagles. Gets it out to Lewis. So Lewis, centre wing, goes back inboard. They're just under a little bit of pressure here. Jennings gathers. Good play. Gets a handball further afield. Puts his teammate in Campbell under a little bit of pressure. He's going nowhere, and the umpire says, holding the pill. So the Eagles just need to steady the ship a little bit here. They're just under a little bit of pressure, aren't they?
Absolutely, yep. Just need to probably just get the ball inside their forward 50 and just hold it in there for a bit.
So Brian goes out to Lewis. What a season he's having again, the chop. And there's a lot of numbers back, so they flood back in defence and they help. Out to Higgins, far out of side.
They can't bomb it in there. They'll need to lower their eyes and change angles.
Batten calling for it long. He decides to play on. Handballs over the top to Luke Wines. Good enough to step through a bit of traffic. Kicks further afield out into space. Bouncing football. Vardy's there. Also Malcolm. Gathered by Everell. Snap around the body. I tell you what, touched off the boot, was it? Yes, it is. But good play by the youngster. He's dangerous, young Zach Everell, isn't he?
Yeah, he's really come on from last year. Had a bit of a taste, but he can play anywhere a bit. Obviously up forward today, but through the midfield as well.
So Cade Lovell, ball in hand to kick out. So it's a 13-point lead in favour of the Tigers. And he kicks to that outer side. Piergross is the man in front and takes a really nice mark. A good youngster, Piergross. And he'll go short via foot. Kick has to be good. Looking for Richardson, but a nice intercepting mark by Keast in the end, Tom.
He's having a good year, Tom Keast.
Isn't he?
Lifted to the opportunity, hasn't he?
Found his niche.
So he'll go short via foot, finds Noski. And he'll go short again to Wines. That's Luke Wines. And he's sort of between wing and half forward on the left side here at Bushfield Recreation Reserve. And they're getting numbers back here, the Tigers. So they're going to have to be creative with their kick-ins. And he finds his brother, who's been paid the mark in the end. A late sort of come in and interrupting, but he had enough for the football. And look, Matty Wines will have a set shot at goal, Tildy.
Yeah, they're just being able to get their hands on the footy a bit more the last couple of minutes, haven't they? They've knocked the footy around a little bit, just taken a little bit of momentum away from Portland. All the same, I'd like to hit the scoreboard here. Matty Wines, probably the wrong pocket for a left footer.
Correct. So let's see what he can do. He's a very crafty player.
Good kick for goal.
Matty Wines, he's been one of the best kicks in the comp for a long time. Distance won't be a problem, but the scoring will be, and it's a minor score. So a couple of looks in the last minute or two, the Eagles, but they go to 2 behinds, trailing the Portland Tigers 2-2-14. That's on the league contracting time clock and National Tile scoreboard.
But this is where, again, this is high alert for North Warrnambool, because this is where they've been really good. Portland just doing this, just chipping the ball around, keeping the ball off the opposition, and taking it from one end to the other pretty easily.
Here they go inboard, just bouncing football in front of Jeffy Gale at that time, who's kicked an absolute ripper in this first quarter. Here's Noski, goes back, so they're under pressure. Back to Lewis. Lewis, little chip kick over the top to Wine. So the Eagles now just chipping it around. Had Noski inboard. Happy just to steady the ship a little bit here is the skipper. So Adam Wines, another fantastic season thus far. He goes further afield. A little bit of sun in the eyes there. Reading it beautifully well was McLaughlin. Left foot, running goal. Bouncing football. I'll tell you what, geez, he glides across the deck, doesn't he?
That's on his left foot from 50. So, yeah, the class.
Class player, all right. So the Portland Tigers, 2-2-14. They lead the Eagles 3 behind, 3 points. That is on the Solomons scoreboard out here at Bushfield. And we have played 17 minutes on the league contracting time clock.
Yeah, good game of footy. And the Eagles have had some good looks in the last 5 or so minutes. And here they play on. They'll go out towards Malcolm. Front position, takes a nice mark.
Good contest, that one, isn't it?
It's been a good battle so far. 2 big ruckmen that can really assert their authority in this game. So Malcolm, he'll go long down the line. The target's going to be sharp. Some good body work in the end. And by Keast, and Keast takes the mark. Short kick's good. And he'll find Keast. He'll switch it over to Brennan. And as you said, Wiggsy, Brennan's really relishing the chance at half back. Kicks it. A little bit too much on the end there for Wines. Good enough to recover there was Adam Wines, but it causes a stoppage because of the Proctor tackle. And we'll be right in the centre of the ground here at the Bushfield Recreation Reserve. So almost 18 minutes gone. 2-2-14. 3 behinds North Warrnambool. Here they go again. Who will get the clearance? It was Huppert. Finds Jackson. And he'll wheel the handball out. And he finds Nichols, who works it back to Jackson. Short kick out in front of Curtis. And we know he's a great user. Inside forward 50. Garlett in the pocket. Was well handled there, but he was able to recover. Looks to centre the kick. Awkward bounce. And Wines, that Adam was happy to give away the point for a minor score.
I reckon Daniel Jackson's playing as a high half forward, rolling up stoppages, getting busy. So I reckon their midfielders, when they change forward, they're coming up as extra midi, and then the North Warrnambool defenders either got to go with them or I sit back.
Love to see this Portland outfit on a big fast deck like the Reed Oval.
Just thinking the same thing, Stewie. That could be awfully dangerous.
they get across the deck. They're just all athletic and fit. They're a pretty sharp unit at the moment, that is for sure. But the Eagles, so hard to beat here on their home deck. They push it forward again. Here, coming out to meet it. Nice mark taken by Will Hunter. What's umpire said? Touched off the boot. Yep. And we are going to have a ball up. So it's been a really sharp and fast first quarter for mine. Both sides just feeling each other out. So Malcolm and Vardy again. Vardy wins this one down. And we're going to have another ball up.
Jai Bryant's getting to Tanner Love. I reckon him and Harley Cobb are doing a rotation.
Hey, boys, we might go around the grounds, all thanks to Macco Hire. South Warrnambool 2-2-14, leading Terang Mortlake 1-2-8. Port Fairy 2-1-13, leading Cobden 2 behinds. We've got Warrnambool 3-2-20, leading Camperdown 2 goals, and Hamilton Croy yet to have started.
Love it. That is all thanks to Matco Hire Tractor and the team. Magnificent organisation, Ludi. They do a great job. Here goes Nichols. Pumps it long and strong. Wilson's a target, getting at his feet. Oh, look at them, they're everywhere. Handball comes back. Jennings steps through 1, steps through 2. Right foot shot on goal. Has it got the leg? No, the Eagles got plenty of numbers back there and a good mark. Last line of defence by Keast. Plays on quickly to Brennan, but that kick was smothered. And the pressure from both these teams is well and truly up, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. They've Portland have been really getting a good setup behind the ball.
I was just going to say, what are you noticing with their setup? What's standing out with their setup when they have?
They're shifting from one side to the other really well. They're holding their width. They're pressing up, and even that kick then from they got smothered Will Brandon, that was going to come to a Portland number. So again, they're pressing up, but just look dangerous. and mobile.
And I reckon, just keep an eye on it, but Jakey Wilson's just done a contact lens, I reckon.
He has, mate, definitely.
So ball to be thrown in. Vardy with a good tap down. Sharp almost had it. Noski trying to be busy. Jackson feeds it out. Curtis on the left boot. Gets a little bit of distance on it, but Brennan takes the mark. But I reckon it might have been touched off the boot. And we'll have a stoppage about 25 out from the Portland goal. They lead by 12 points, 2-3 to 3 behinds. Hunt is in the ruck as that forward ruckman. Ball comes out. Garland kicks it out of mid-air. And they have it in numbers, the Eagles trying to force a stoppage or trying to create something. Oh, Keast is taken too high. And that's Tommy Keast, and we'll have a free kick in that left back pocket.
But you look at the Portland setup here, they've got 2 or 3 extras. So down the line won't work for North here.
I think it might be the Eagles, I think, just trying to batten down the hatches a little bit, I think, in this first quarter, aren't they? They might have dropped a loose one back, I reckon. Kick comes forward. Jakey Edwards flies. Vardy's in there as well. The big man, you're going nowhere when he wraps those big mitts around you. And we are going to have a ball up right in front of us. So Malcolm and Vardy, they're going to go at each other all day.
Here, like Tanner Lovell, who's on him?
And that kick comes straight out. Edwards again just bounced in front of him. So that's probably a win there for the Eagles, to be honest. They gained some really valuable territory there. And we're going to have a ball up about 70 metres out from the Eagles' lines as Big Vards comes for a rest.
Yeah, rest. And Wilson's about to come back on too, Stewie.
Well, we're talking Russian, are we, big fella?
I do love me vodka. So boundary throw in. So this time it's Batten up against Malcolm. Handball goes back, stepping through traffic there. That time was Jack Walsh. Nice kick there to Lovell. That's Cade. So Lovell, he kicks out further afield, getting back Adam Wines. He reads the play so well, doesn't he? Good mark too. It's a Peter Bolsh Bridgestone player of the day contender. So Wines squares it up, goes back to Noski. He's got Lewis short if he wants to use him.
Injury for the Tigers too. I reckon it might be young Cody Jones hobbling off.
Ankle, I think, Hilly. That looks it.
Looks sore.
Yeah.
All thanks to Croyd's Pharmacy. That is a beautiful kick. Detractor Keese, they were into me calling him Truck Keese, but I think he liked the truck he called better, to be honest. He plays on to Luke Wines. Wines kicks it further afield, bouncing football over the back. Matty Wines coming through there. That was good play by Darcy Campbell. Just took it on, gets it further afield to Nichols, goes inboard to Curtis. Curtis at half-back, plays on quickly. Look at that run and carry for the Portland Tigers. Misses the target, though. Coming through again there was Campbell. He's dispossessed and Wines once again.
This is where I reckon with, say, Lockie Wines being out, they haven't got a backup in the ruck, so interested to see who's rucking at the moment for North Warrnambool. Tom Batten rucked forward last time.
Might be Wines, is it? Do you reckon Adam's gone in there?
Could be. Ruck did it a few weeks ago against South and was pretty good.
Nice kick, Sharp will go on the left boot, inside forward 50. Wilson was the target. Noski was really strong and holding his position. And it's Harris on half-back who's got the football in hand. So he'll go in the corridor. He'll go short. Made Luke Wines work. Edwards was on his tail. Keese gets it out to Wines. His handball was smothered. Gets back to Harris, and he'll look to sharpen it up on the 45 to Brennan. It was a gutsy, risky kick.
They're under pressure, aren't they?
But he was able to do it and execute it okay.
Can they keep this pressure up the whole game, Portland? That's going to be the key, Wiggs, isn't it? You know, it's a hot day.
So the short kick goes into Cobb. Brennan, who's a playmaker. Inside forward 50. Everell on the lead. Just probably jumped a little bit early and upset his rhythm. Here comes to Curtis. Curtis Edwards. Edwards sort of has to work to try and maintain and control his disposal. Walsh turns him inside out. And he looks to sharpen the kick up, and that's a beauty to Will Hunter.
Good mover there.
So he can move it long. Wilson's looking for the one-on-one battle. Sharp's there to assist as well. Good bit of work there by Noski. Gala trying to open up the space back to Wilson, and Noski can settle things down with a kick towards Keese. His arms may have been chopped. Sidestepping there was Jennings. Oh, he had the kick right there to Wilson, but Cobb's going to try and clean it up. He had the smothered kick. Here's Sharp protecting the space. Cobb comes in to assist, and they'd love just to rush to behind here, and they have the Eagles, but good pressure by the Tigers.
Gee, they have been under pressure, North Warrnambool, just about everywhere. Can't find a mark in their forward 50 either. They've been through inside a few times, but Portland have been there, again, probably question mark backline. Backline's been really good.
Kick from Lewis that time, just misses the target. So all of a sudden, under a little bit of pressure on that far outer side.
A little bit untidy, North.
And it just comes with that pressure, doesn't it, you know?
I'll tell you what Portland do. They tread water really well. They tread water, always treading water, ready to be on the move.
Absolutely. They've just got, that person of support.
Good mark taken there. Geez, I said it before, but he reads the ball so well, doesn't he, Adam Wines? He plays on quickly to a teammate there in Harris. Harris over the top to Brennan. Brennan's got a running.
But now they can't, nothing to go to.
No, he's just getting numbers across. They're working so hard. Goes inboard to Keast. That's Tommy. Tommy just switches it back now to Bishop. Bishop further afield has got Everell. Just sits it up. He has to sit on top of it that time. Curtis getting back for the Tigers. Here comes Blackney Noda. And happy to see the ball go out of bounds. And Scotty Carter, all thanks to B&B Furniture Plus Mobility and Movement Solutions.
I know we've been singing Portland's praises, and rightly so, but at the end of the day, North Warrnambool have hung in here pretty well for the amount of footy the Eagles. They've defended. I mean, they're only a couple of goals down deep in time on, so they've done pretty well defensively.
And I reckon Noski's had a couple of key moments against Wilson, hasn't he? Used the body pretty well, hasn't he? You know?
Smart reader of the football, Noski. So front position was Malcolm. Trying to grab it there was Cobb. And he's not going anywhere. Tackling pressure's been good, but we were expecting that anyway, weren't we, Woodsy? Two good tackling sides.
Absolutely.
So about 55 to 60 metres out from the North Warrnambool goal. They'll love one here before quarter time. Malcolm, good use of the body. Getting that was Anders. Worked it back. Tom Keast. He's getting wrapped up by a number of Tigers. They get the ball into the hands of Gorman. Here's Keast. Bailey kicks it inside forward 50. They got the outnumber the Tigers. Blakely Notelet goes for the fly and gets it on the second grab. And they look to get the ball moving quickly, and he does, and he finds Tanner Lovell. Lovell will go out wide to his brother Cade, who's running off half back. Just held up there by Luke Wines. But he's on the move again. So a bit of brotherly love here at the Bushfield Recreation Reserve with Tanner Lovell. And he switches the kick, and he does it gutsy to Clay Nichols, who's in the corridor. And he'll go towards half forward. And sitting at the back there is Edwards. Will it bounce? It does. He tries to break through. Lost the footy. Gets it to a teammate in Jackson. Bouncing ball. It bounces high. Well done there by Lewis. The Tigers have got some numbers. Key stands strong. And he holds it in. He's not going anywhere. And 40 metres out from the Tigers' goal, we'll have a stoppage.
Don't they fling it around?
Back their kicking skills and running to defend and running to attack.
It's like a pinball machine, isn't it, the way that they go?
They're a quick team. Wilson just grabs out the ruck, snaps around the body. What's he done, the big fella? No. He's already kicked one this afternoon. So 1 to Wilson, 1 to Garlett, and that goes through for a minor score. So 2-5-17 the Tigers. Eagles 3 behind, 3 points. That's on the Solomon's Tail scoreboard. And we've ticked over 28 minutes here on the league contracting time clock.
So Noski, can they produce something in the last couple of minutes here, the Eagles? It's a big long kick, and guess what? It's quarter time. The siren has been blown. And the Tigers have had enough footy, but probably not enough scoreboard pressure in the end. 2-5-17, leading North Warrnambool 3 behinds. Wilson and Jeff Garlett are the scorers for the Portland Tigers at quarter time.
Really entertaining first quarter of footy, wasn't it, Wiggs and Tilt?
Yeah, absolutely. It was, and Scotty's right, like, for all their dominance, Portland, North are down by 2 goals. But
their back six stood up North, didn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. No, look, their backline for both sides, particularly the North Warrnambool one's pretty highly regarded. But Portland's backline was really good. Like Edwards, Blackney, Noda did some good stuff. But again, you just watch the way they run. So they run back to support. They run and widen and get down the line, and again you look up, North Warrnambool, you look up, and all you're just seeing more Portland jumpers. So it's not like they're running one way. They're running up and down the ground. They're running across the ground, and then when they get the ball and want to attack, it's fast and it's zigzagging around. And again, their kick mark's been terrific.
I think. Speaking of their hard running, I think the coach leads from the front there. Jackson, I had a good look at him that quarter, boys. He played that whole first quarter on the ball. Yeah. Didn't come off for a rest, didn't rest forward, played the whole quarter on the ball. So I think number 22, Tom Keast, has sort of gone him a bit. I hope Tom's had a big pre-season because he's going to need it today because, the coach of Portland looks a running machine, Lockie Huppets.
Well, then you got Tanner Lovell as well, so you put him. That's who they're going with. So Lovell's been half forward a little bit,
and Jennings.
Yeah, and then you got Jennings as well.
And I think
Ballantyne.
The indication of how strong they are through the midfield is that 2 years ago or 3 years ago, Daniel Jackson wouldn't have started in the forward 50. He would have been their go-to man in the middle of the ground.
Yeah,
he would have had huge reliance on him.
But, they run to support, though. That's what I'm impressed with. And again, they look like a side who are playing at the Reed Oval. They would love it. It would actually help them. So, couldn't have been more impressed.
Hey, 2-5-17 Portland. The Eagles 3 behind, 3 points. That is on the Solomon's scoreboard. It's quarter time. We're going to come back with second quarter action right after this on your home of football, Netball 94.5 3YB FM.
3YB FM's Hampton League Live.
For our broadcast partners, Warrnambool Nissan, Fade Ness Rural, McDonald's Warrnambool Eastern Central, Sungold Fresh Local Milk, and Harvey Norman Warrnambool.
Warrnambool's Harvey Norman is the destination for electrical, computers, bedding and furniture. See your local team of experts from all departments for the massive range of products from the world's biggest brands. Explore TVs, audio, white goods and small appliances. Laptops, PCs, mobile phones and smartwatches. Indoor, outdoor furniture and recliners. Bedding and bedroom furniture all in the one store. Get the best advice from the local experts at the destination for electrical, computers, bedding and furniture. Your locally owned Harvey Norman, Raglan Parade, Warrnambool.
G'day, Luke Williams here. At Luke Williams Real Estate, competition is in our nature. Per team member, we sell more properties than anyone else. We're not the biggest, but we are the busiest. Luke Williams Real Estate. Let's kick some winning goals together this season.
It's a place for the coaches.
Pickles are coming off and the bacon's going on.
The defenders.
Oi. Ooh.
And those who love a good smother. What? And at full time, you always go home with the chocolates.
Need insurance? See MGA Insurance Group. Great service, expert advice and competitive premiums for farmers, business owners and transport operators. Call Dennis and Gareth Morgan and Glenn Skilbeck, 55596 200.
The Flying Horse is more than just a pub. It's the perfect spot to kick back with friends or family, indulge in a delicious meal from the new menu and wood-fired kitchen. Celebrate in one of their multiple function rooms. Catch up with mates in the sports bar or TAB. Grab a slab from the Thirsty Camel bottle shop. There's even a courtesy bus. Plus, don't miss Locals Night every Thursday night with food and drink specials, live music and more. For the perfect venue, it's got to be the Flying Horse, of course.
Peter, the chicken, lamb, pork and beef eater has all your fresh meats ready to go. And small goods handmade on the premises daily. Yeah! Find Peter, the chicken, lamb, pork and beef eater at Lucas Brothers Butchers with easy, convenient drive-through. Corner of Banyan and Lava Streets, Warrnambool.
Time to get up, time to walk to the bus stop. Open up the shop, time for you, time for me. Love and everything you see. The sun is up, time to take on the world this time. Time to wake up, time to climb to the top. Welcome to the world where the sun is always gold and it's waiting just for you. Time to get into life where the sun is always gold. Sungold.
Badeness Rural is locally owned and committed to serving the needs of the local community with a huge range of over 6,500 products and services backed by almost 150 years of industry experience and knowledge. The range includes pet and stock feeds, dairy, beef and sheep farming supplies, hobby farm supplies, rural equipment and tools, plus agronomy services including seed and chemical supplies. Drop in and see the team today at Badeness Rural, corner Raglan Parade and Caramit Road, Warrnambool.
It's a place for the coaches.
Pickles are coming off and the bacon's going on.
The defenders.
Oi. Ooh.
And those who love a good smother. What? And at full time, you always go home with the chocolates.
Hampton League Live.
For Sungold, fresh local milk. Ponting's Mitre 10, Harvey Norman Warrnambool and Madden's Lawyers.
94.5 3YB FM.
Welcome back to Hampton League Live. Quarter time here. It's the Portland Tigers 2-5-17. They are leading the North Warrnambool League with 3 behind, 3 points. And we just heard their Warrnambool 24/7 gym and fitness. We're heading out there to the altitude room this week too, boys. We're back on. Tildy,
Great.
What was the messaging there at quarter time from both huddles, buddy?
Only had to listen to Lockie Huppets for a young coach. Pretty impressive, yes. Speaks well. Noted that the intensity of this game is up compared to what they've encountered all season, but very happy with how that backline's working and very happy that they're prepared to take the game on. All very positive, all about that impressive aggressive ball use, looking through the corridor at every opportunity.
Yeah. It's a really impressive first quarter from the Portland Tigers. Can they sustain it for another 3? They're going to come, the Eagles, aren't they?
I'm glad Jack Walsh is playing this wing because I was just watching some of his running off ball. He just puts his head down and absolutely goes both ways. So
always measured with his kick as well. Like never waste a disposal.
Good sidestep too, boys. Yeah, he could fall through a bit of traffic. Very impressive.
Under 23, is he, Hilly?
I think so. Very crafty. So Vardy starts off nicely and gets the tap down, but only as far as Malcolm, who gets it to centre half forward. Hunter approaches the football with a bit of vigour. Here they go, the Eagles through Anders, got it to Keast. Keast moves it towards half forward. Luke Wines playing up half forward this afternoon. Proctored a little bit of a nudge off the ball and was able to try and just get him away, Wines, because he is dangerous, but he's got the ball in hand. Spears it inside, Batten. That was really nicely done, but just couldn't grab it in the end. Grundy's under a bit of pressure. Here's Huppett's working hard in that defensive 50, and Cade Lovell will get it out via hand, and he does successfully to Kyle Richardson, who kicks it towards the wing. Not his best kick in the end, and they try to clean things up here through Harry Keese, the North Warrnambool Eagles. High kick inside, forward 50 once again. Edwards did well defensively. Proctor gathers, wrapped up, can't get it out, holding the ball. Free kick for the Eagles. And they'll get a chance to go inside forward 50 with a fair bit of pressure here with a kick for Callum Grundy.
Just struggling to find a mark, North Warrnambool, inside their forward 50.
Oh, right on cue. Matty Wines nearly delivered. There is, that was Tanner Lovell. Just gets a little banana kick. Curtis, he's wrapped up. Strong tackle by Keast. Umpire says holding the ball.
He's playing well, Harry Keast.
Playing very well.
Both of them are.
It's a great footy story, Keast, isn't it?
Yeah,
he's missed a lot of footy. He's a great young kid.
He's a ripping lad.
The brothers both playing well. So a little chip kick this time over the top to Lukey Wines. Wines about 55 metres out. So the Eagles doing all the attacking to start this second term. Little chip kick, looking for Batten. Coming through also is Everell. There's McLaughlin. He was dispossessed. Batten goes in again. Happy to see the ball go out of bounds, and we'll have a ball
this
up.
Is where, you go Adam Wines, he's obviously playing back. They almost need two of him.
So boundary throw in. The Eagles will be happy with this first 2 minutes. Had a fair bit of the football inside forward 50, but it needs to translate in goals, Wiggs.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to put it, need scoreboard pressure.
Shallow throw in. No one got the tap down. Luke Wines being busy once again. And they can't quite get out the Tigers. Physical with the tackle there was Matty Wines. And they're straight back into it. And we'll have a throw up. So ball into the hand of umpire Walker. Gets it moving. Big high up jump from Vardy, and he got the tap down. And again, it's going to be a free kick. It's going to go to the Portland Tigers and a 50-metre penalty. So a bit of push and shove there between Malcolm and Wines.
Probably should have been a 100-metre penalty after he dropped the footy, to be honest. Now he's reversed it.
So it's going to go back into the hands of Wines.
Don't want to keep arguing with it here, or he could get another 50.
So Luke Wines, 45 metres out.
Could be a big moment in the game, this one.
First real shot on goal, isn't it?
They need a kick. They need a goal.
What do you think, Wiggsy? Is he
I don't know if he quite got it in him.
Gets it. Connection's pretty good. It's going to land a little bit short. Big fly there from Jennings. And it goes through for a minor score. So 4 behinds the Eagles, 2-5-17 Portland. 3 minutes gone on the league contracting time clock.
He's got a feeling this is going to be a really cracking game here. You know, look, it's just got all the hallmarks for mine. So plays on, runs and carries 15. Malcolm takes a nice uncontested mark, plays on quickly. They like to play on really quickly and keep the ball moving. That was Edwards. Kick wasn't that good. Coming through there was Wines. That's Adam. Gets to the Keese. That's Tom. Over the top to Snooze Wines. So right in front of the commentary box here, Jennings looking for a play on. Umpire hasn't called it yet. They do get plenty of numbers back behind the footy here. So Wines want to square it up, just decides now to kick down the line. Getting back there was Edwards, Jake. And happy to see the ball go out of bounds, and we'll have a ball up.
It's slow. It's allowing Portland to get numbers back.
It's kick stop.
Yeah, Portland's fast. Play on, run from behind.
So we've got a boundary throw in right on the 50-metre arc in front of the bar out here at Bushfield. It's going to be Vardy and Malcolm. They've been at each other all day. I reckon Malcolm's had a rest in the ruck yet. Vards has. Just trips over that time. Malcolm grabs. Inboard to Proctor. He's got a bit of space and time. Gets it on to Nichols. Further afield. There's Jennings. Just steps through traffic so well. Kicks out into space. Lovell on the end of it. So the youngsters combining. He plays on quickly. The target's going to be Sharp. Getting back there and rooting it beautifully well. That time was Scoble. And he takes a nice mark defensive 50 and squares it up to Brennan.
He reads the ball well, Scoble.
Yeah, that
doesn't
was
he?
really well
He just
done.
judges
Yeah.
the ball really well.
Really important player from now, Reece Scoble.
So Brennan, who's had a fair fit of the football early. Big fly there from Lewis. Well read there by Keast. Got the little dribbler forward. Will it sit for McLaughlin? Doesn't. Boundary throw-in will occur. And we'll go to Tildy Carter on the boundary, all thanks to B&B Furniture Plus Mobility and Movement Solutions.
Just get a bit of the feeling, boys. So as this game progresses, it's going to open up a little bit. I mean, what do we played? A quarter and 5 minutes. We've had 2 goals kicked. We've just got a feeling that it will open up and we'll see some goals kicked in a hurry.
So Malcolm and Vardy have had to run into the contest. I reckon the young boundary might have to come in a few metres just to stop putting so much pressure on the 2 ruckmen. They get it moving forward. We'll go around the grounds very soon. Wines inside 50, looking towards Everall. Has to work. Piergross on his tail. Close to the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw in. Let's go around the grounds, all thanks to Matco Hire. South Warrnambool 6.541 leading Terang, Mortlake 1.39. Port Fairy 4.226 leading Cobden 1.511. And then we've got Warrnambool leading Camperdown 4.226 to 3 straight 18. Hamilton and Croydon will kick off at Melville Oval at 3 o'clock.
So we've got another...
Again, you get the feeling Malcolm could go all day. I think Vardy will need to be coming off a rest, and that's when it's going to be interesting in terms of what North Warrnambool's move there is.
So boundary throwing, big heave too. Pedler, he's one of the best in the business.
He's very good at it.
Just gets it in, the big fella. There's the coach, Huppards, gets the handball further afield. Good kick to Curtis. So Curtis, he's got to play if you want to pull the trigger in the corridor. Decides to go further afield. Sharp's a target. Oh, good mark. He's a good play, Tommy Sharp. He's got a running Malcolm. Kick just misses the target. So they've had plenty of the football. They just can't put on the scoreboard here. Cobb, he was dispossessed. Noski goes back to Wines. Wines gets rid of it quickly. Further afield, and I reckon that might be Bishop. He's got a bit of space in front of him. He kicks. Good kick, too, to Everall. So Mark's in the true centre-half forward position. He wants to play on quickly. Chips into the pocket. Batten's a target. Good kick. Good build-up, Eagles. And Tommy Batten will go back and have a shot 25 metres out.
Quick movement. Ball stayed in motion, and then really, great kick there from Bishop. Just pulling it back inside to Everall, and then really hit up Batten, who... Gee, that was good leading out. And
he's strong in the lead, isn't he, Tommy? Yeah. When he grabs it, he looks $1 million.
So Tommy Batten, first game back from injury today?
Yep.
Comes in, kicks on its way. Oh, is it snuck in? I think it has. He likes it. The goal umpire does too, and there's the Eagles. They get the first goal this second term. They get their first of the game. And the Eagles, they go to... I'm just waiting for the scoreboard to come back up here. It's a long 1-4-10. That is North Warrnambool 2-5-17. The Portland Tigers 8 minutes into this second term on the league contracting time clock.
And again, it's so low scoring. 3 goals kicked in a quarter and a half, but it's just contest, pressure. I think North Warrnambool probably early on clearances in the first quarter where, it was all living in Portland's forward line, but I reckon North Warrnambool will even it up for sure. Starting it like Keith has been, both Keith boys have been good. Wines is going all right now. So, clearances opened up.
They've probably had the edge in this second quarter, that's for sure, the Eagles. So Malcolm jumps in and tries to grab the football, gathered by Jennings. A very crafty handball in the end to Jackson. Kicks out in front of Sharp, who's strong. Strong hands, 55 out. Kicks onto the lead. Well, he found a spare teammate all by himself. And they're going to have a set shot at goal here, the Tigers, for the reply. I reckon it might be Jennings. Just hard to pick up that number on that outer side. But nevertheless, the Tigers will have a set shot at goal and get that quick reply to regain the lead of 13 points. So Portland, from about 35 out, was Kyle Richardson. And Richardson nails the goal for the Portland Tigers, his first of the afternoon.
Quick response.
And they go to 3-5-23, leading the North Warrnambool Eagles 1-5-11. That's on the National Tile scoreboard. And we've ticked over 9 minutes on the league contracting time clock.
Tildy, probably that was just off the back of clearance, but again, just kept the ball moving, and North would be a bit disappointed with that, just uncontested mark, 30 metres out.
Yeah, well, they worked so hard to get that goal, to get themselves right back, nearly level peg, and just conceded one straight away. But I think the matchup that the Tigers would be happy with at the moment is Garlett having Jared Lewis playing deep in the goal square. Just
absolutely.
takes Lewis, attacking flair out of the game.
Yep.
Vardy wins this one straight down the throat of Matty Wines. He's wrapped up and going nowhere by Daniel Jackson. Danielson.
Still hasn't come off the ball yet for the day, Jack. Huppets. I think he's played the whole entire game on the ball.
He is a running machine, and Matty Wine's gone to him too just to try and tighten things up. And right on cue, Huppets gets a handball back. Could play a little bit of overlap football that time to Jackson. Jackson now running ball forward. Wilson was the target. Garland at the back. Big Jakey gathers. Centres the football. Sharp goes back with a flight. Just bounce in front. Well gathered there by Cobb. He gets it to Wines. Wines over the top, further afield. Back to Lewis. Kick has to be good, and it is to Bishop. So that back six, they've stood up resolute today, the North Warrnambool Eagles. Kick comes further afield. Big fist that time through the hands of Higgins. Bouncing football, doesn't sit up for Everell. Could have been in the back. Sat on top of it. He's going to be pinged here, young Everell. And the resultant free kick will go to Connor Peters for the Portland Tigers. Smack bang on centre wing. So Connor, he's got plenty of players behind the football if he wants to square it up. Chooses not to, so he's told to play on now. So Peters, not his best kick, but I'll tell you what's going to come off. Yes, it is. Juggling mark there taken by Will Hunter in the end. So Garlett, he's one-on-one, so Sharp. Wilson wants it further afield, long and strong. The big man just demanding the football. Oh, coming into spoiling him then. I reckon that might have been Jennings.
That would have been. He likes doing that, doesn't he? Getting a run and jump at it.
He's hard to stop when he has a run and jump too. Either way, we've got a ball up. So umpire Stevie Walker. It's going to be Wilson and Vardy this time. Vardy wins it. That one down, coming through Jackson. Snap around the body. I tell you what, it's a Lucas Brothers snag of the day. Golski! And the Portland Tigers get their second of the second term. And just when we thought the Eagles were back in this contest, they've just put a little bit of a gap. So they go Portland 4-5-29. The Eagles 1-4-10, and that's on the Solomon's Tile scoreboard.
Yeah, look, North had to really work hard for their... You felt like they were working hard for their goal, whereas Portland, look, even the second last one they got was just like within 30 seconds of centre bounce, and that one was just from a clearance. They just look, again, in terms of numbers around the ball and both hands, just look a little bit better at the moment.
Scotty Carter, all thanks to B&B Furniture. That was a good goal by Daniel Jackson.
It's a bonus to have midfielders who can go and rest forward and be dangerous, just like Jackson and Jennings are for Portland Tigers.
Yeah.
It's a great string to have up to your bow.
So the ball inside, forward 50 to McLaughlin. He jumped out and almost took the mark. He's wrapped up, got the handball out just in time. Pressure applied to the defence of the Tigers. Oh, G. Lover was good there. Just broke through and was able to get the clearing kick. Winds out in front. Curtis just waiting for the football to come into his hands. Now they've got those players just on the outside. Huppets did really well to get some distance, but only as far as Adam Wines. Brennan works the ball back into Tommy Keese, who's had a terrific game, to a running Noski, who just takes a casual bounce. Inside forward 50. Matty Wines might have been the best target there. Everall just a little bit far behind. And I reckon a stoppage is going to occur inside forward 50. But, gee, that was nice by Noski, just giving that little bit of rebound punch.
Yeah, both sides are good attacking. Both sides trying to use the corridor.
So we've got a ball up now. Vardy wins that one down to Ronnie McLaughlin. Good play. And on the end of it, Tommy Batten. That was a good bit of ruck work from Big Vards. He put it straight down the throat of McLaughlin, who was at full tilt, and he just banged it on the boot and in front, and that's the advantage of playing in front as a forward, and you can get on the end of some of those sometimes, Wicks.
Yeah, McLaughlin's probably, again, like obviously playing forward at the moment, not sure how much footy he's played, but when do they go, okay, we'll roll him through the midfield, because he's that class, he gives him that bit of class, X factor.
So Tommy Batten comes in, slots it straight through the middle. And the Eagles, they get their second, and that's Tommy Batten's second of the afternoon. Good to see him back in the Eagles' colours. And North Warrnambool, Well, they go to 2-4-16. They trail the Portland Tigers 4-5-29. It's on the Solomon Style scoreboard, and we have played 14 and a half minutes in this second term Hampden League Live match of the day.
Yeah, this is where North, they need back-to-back goals. So again, this centre clearance will be massive. I see Luke Wines has gone in there. O'Brien's he's with Huppets, and I think it's Tommy Keese who's been really good. He's probably been one of their best players. So, but again, a couple of marks have resulted in goals. So Batten again playing deep. But yeah, next goal important.
So ball back in the middle. Here we go again. Vardy wins it down again. Beautiful tap to Keast. Ball comes out. Luke Wines gathers. Eagles be looking. They'll be hunting for this next goal. O'Brien, kick just missing the target. Oh, nearly got a possession. The trainer, the big fella, put him down for a Senate accountant stat, number 4. He's got his first possession of the afternoon, the big fella.
The ball went over there, didn't it?
So we've got a big boundary throw in now right in front of us here. And look at that heave. Get some good purchase on it. So's Nathan Vardy. He gets it forward. Taken too high there. And I reckon that might have been Xavier Harris. 50. Oh! They don't want that. It's going to go against Lovell. And this now is a certain goal. And it must have been for gobbing off. Tilt, did you hear it or pick it up downstairs?
I didn't hear it, but I think it was, Chewy. I mean, that's a couple of... Well, this is a certain goal. And they had one reverse before, too, when they were on their way, didn't they? When they were on the receiving end of a 50-metre penalty, they had one reverse against them. A little bit of... ill discipline, which can prove costly at the end of the day.
Absolutely it can. And, I reckon Coach Lockie Huppets and Justin Impey, they won't be happy because they had the Eagles. They were just, had them on the ropes there for mine. They've let a couple through, haven't they?
Well, that was that back-to-back goal that we sort of... And now this is... And you still feel like North are working a bit harder for the goals than Portland, but now they're back within a goal. So, and clearance-wise, they've just changed things around a bit, North Warrnambool, and I reckon they've won certainly the last couple.
Vardy's tapping well, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. And again, a bit of a different mix in there with Luke Wines, run with on Huppets.
So Vardy, he got the tap down, but he was working it towards the Portland end. Coming through there was Jennings. Gee, Brennan's been impressive for the North Warrnambool Eagles, holding the ball. He was he pulled up and I thought he was
waiting for the bounce.
Yeah, absolutely. But Huppets will get the result free kick. So Huppets, we know he's just a long kick. He just loves pumping it long and he'll go into Wilson territory. He had a good grasp at it, but just didn't quite get it in the end. Brennan's there trying to attack, and he gets it to Noski, who brings it towards the broadcast side. It's going to go over the boundary line. We'll have
Brennan's been good. I've heard he's been playing well half-back, but he's like another Luke Wines or even a Bailey Jenkinson. Haven't lost a lot there.
Hey, we'll go around the grounds, all thanks to Matco Hire. The Roosters getting the job done up at Ridley Reserve. 8-6-54 to 139 to Terang Mortlake. Close one at Gardens Oval. Port Fairy 27 leading Cobden 20. We've got the other game at the Reed Oval, 4-3-27 Warrnambool, Camperdown 4-1-25. So 2 points in that game. And as we said, Hamilton and Croydon will be getting underway very soon at Melville Oval. Malcolm got his hand on the football that time around. Free kick holding on. It's going to go to the Portland Tigers. And I reckon it might have been Lovell who was the one that just wasn't be able to get through. No, it was Huppets. And he'll get it to Lovell. He's going to have to be quick via hand. Goes on the left boot. It's a bit of a wobbler inside. Forward 50. Garlett in there, and it's Gorman who just cleaned up proceedings there. K-Lovell just ran past the football. In there is Higgins trying to work it towards a teammate. Gorman did really well.
Yeah, McLaughlin, well done.
Yeah, nice kick on the left boot to straighten things up. Here they go, the Eagles. They've got a bit of momentum, a bit of a hop in their spring. A spring in their hop, I should say. Here comes McLaughlin. Goes towards half forward. Everell controls it nicely. Inside 50. The kick has to be good here to Anders. But guess what? It's just rolled through. No, it hasn't. It's a minor score. It's hit the post on the last little roll. And that would have been an outstanding goal from Zach Everell. And it brings the margin back to a straight 6 points. 3-5-23 to 4-5-29. And that is on the National Tile scoreboard.
Loving your work, Trenty Hill. As always
left
here on
footer.
Hammond League Live, left footer. Handball comes out to bat, and he's not a left footer, and I think he might have shanked that one as it stayed in. Yes, it has. So we've ticked over 19 minutes in this second term. It's a 6-point lead to the Portland Tigers, 1v2, both undefeated. And we're strapping ourselves in. This is going to be a really good game of footy. It's going to go right down to the wire for mine. Malcolm and Vardy. Hasn't had a rest yet, Malcolm. He just rucks all day. He does it so well. He's a fitness fanatic. The head cut too from the last time we seen him in round one.
It's great watching them both go to work, isn't it?
Both good ruckmen, quality ruckmen. They're going to go at it again here. It's a bit of a run and a jump at it this time, but Vardy just too big. Puts it straight down the throat. Could have been too high. Umpire says play on. Nice healthy crowd out here at Bushfield this afternoon.
How impressive is Nathan Vardy's reach? Like he gets up in the air and his high reach. His wingspan's unbelievable.
His craft's pretty good, isn't it? Like he's going to wear him down, isn't he, all day. McLaughlin gets it out further afield to Keast. Harris was just dispossessed. The free kick's going to go to Daniel Jackson. So he squares it up further afield. And that is Jackie Walsh, the running machine. Walsh goes looking for Sharp. On him like a hammer was Scoble. Beautiful kick inboard to Curtis. Curtis has got space and time. Looks for Jeffy. He's already kicked the cracker. Oh, just missed the target that time, and that was Lovell.
I reckon you're right, Hilly, with Jared Lewis. I reckon North probably would be trying to go, okay, what other options have we got? Because, again, that's playing right into Portland's hands. Jared Lewis.
There's no rebound punch.
No.
I reckon he'd be loving playing on Gala too because he's an old Carlton man too, old Chopper. Boundary throwing inside, forward 50. Wilson this time will take on big Nathan Vardy. And the ball, I'll tell you what, they've been good, the back six for the Eagles. I've been really impressed again this quarter. Like they've only kicked the one goal, Portland, but they've worked really cohesively.
Yeah, I think offence, defence, and again, that's Adam Wise back there really helps as well.
Well, he's a spare man just waiting at the back of the stoppage there, just to ensure that there's no clear passage. Garlett attacked the footy pretty well, and I think they're going to be happy to see him over the boundary line over boundary throw-in. Tildy, let's go to you all, thanks to B&B Furniture Plus Mobility Movement Solutions.
I was going to ask, boys, the other guy who's missing from Portland's midfield, Ballantyne, I haven't seen him play. He's, ball reports, very smart player too.
Yeah, nice player. Yeah. Geelong VFL duties this week. So here they go, the Eagles, through Adam Wines, gets the exit from defensive 50. Piergross jumped at it pretty well. And Batten sees it over the boundary line. Will have a boundary throw-in. So 22 minutes has ticked over on the league contracting time clock. Second quarter action here at Bushfield. It is the Tigers by a straight 6 points, 4-5-29 to 3-5-23.
And I better give our quaddie numbers too, all thanks to Peter Bolsh, Bridgestone and the Whalers Hotel. So 1-4-11 in the first leg of the quaddie for Wally Sheen this afternoon, who we are playing for. Into 1-2-7-9, 11 and 13. Into 1-5-8-12 and 13. Into 3-5-10 and 11 for about 14% Wally. So fingers crossed. So 1-4-11 in the first leg for your Wall. And back here, it's Tommy Sharp who's going to go back and have a shot just inside the forward 50. I'll tell you what, he's generally a really good shot on goal, Tom Sharp.
Really, they do that really well. If their key forwards are held, they'll lengthen back and just...
Sharp comes in. I'll tell you what, it is a goal ski. So Portland respond. They go to 5-5-35. That is on the Solomon's Tiles scoreboard. They lead the North Warrnambool Eagles, who are currently sitting on... I'm just waiting for that score to come back up. They've got plenty of camera work and plenty of stuff happening on that screen. 3-5-23, the Eagles. So the margin all of a sudden back out to 2 straight goals. Weeks?
They just open up probably between 30 and 50 metres, and they have someone that slides in. So not necessarily their key forward lead in there, but they're just very good at creating space, constant movement, and they're not just going to bomb it to the top of the square.
Let's go around the grounds. All thanks to Matco Hire too. The Roosters doing it comfortably, 41-9 over Terang Mortlake. So the ball goes forward here for the North Warrnambool Eagles. Port Fairy, they're up by 15 points over the Cobden Bombers. And the Warrnambool Blues are getting the job done against Camden, but it's a tight game up at the Reed Oval.
Some nice footwork there by Jackson. Gets it to... Oh, gee, what? That was a good mark. That's a Peter Bolsh Bridgestone. Player of the day contender. He was not in the best position to attack that footy, young chopper, but he took a beautiful mark. So he brings it to the broadcast side, looking for Everall. The defensive punch from Jennings. He's a high flyer. His athleticism's amazing, Toby Jennings. And on true centre wing, broadcast side, we'll have a boundary throw in. It'll be the two big ruckmen, Vardy and Malcolm, to contest that contest. Malcolm front position. Cobb got the handball out. Didn't really go to plan. They jump on it in numbers, both sides. And we'll have we'll have a stoppage. Still on centre wing. So 5-5-35 to 3-5-23. 12 points the margin. 24 and a half minutes gone in this second term. Vardy got the little toe poke. He gathered and he's wrapped up by Jackson. A bit of a size difference in height there between the two.
I reckon Vards is loving this contest, isn't it, too? I reckon he's really enjoying it.
Yes, he would be.
You know, I think it's coming up against a good ruckman who's good at his craft as well. Real good challenge. Here go the Eagles into attack. Higgins just jumps on the football. Tries to get it out. They've been resolute, that Portland defence this afternoon. Good smother. They like it from Grundy. You can hear them downstairs. And that's the stuff that gets your sides up and about. Tilty Carter, all thanks to B&B Furniture plus mobility and movement.
And it's developing into a pretty hard contest, isn't it, boys? We've only had the 8 goals, kicked in perfect conditions, so sort of shows how much pressure's been applied out there at the moment.
He's going to sleep well tonight, Benny Malcolm. And he hadn't had a break today thus far, and he goes up against Vardy again. He goes Matty Wines. He gets his boot to the football. Batten just bounces in front of him. Goes and gets it again. All of a sudden, that contest between Peergross and Batten's important, isn't it, Wiggs?
Yeah, absolutely. So Batten's kicked a couple for North Warrnambool and probably, starting to look dangerous.
Vardy, another hit out. He's going to rack him up on the Synod accountant stats, and Edwards in the right place, right time, takes the chest mark. So Jakey Edwards, great to see him back in Tigers colours in 2025 after suspending some time at Leopold. Just goes down the wing. They fly Malcolm through his fingers, and the ball hits the boundary line once again for another boundary throw-in.
Hawks up by 2 points against Melbourne, 2 boys, all thanks to Matt Kohaya.
So boundary throw-in, true centre wing. I'm looking forward to seeing the hit-out ratios on when their stats come out after this game. Keeping alive there was Keast, and Grundy was first to the football. Here's Harry Keast, back to Grundy, pressure, kick. Edwards waiting, bounced awkwardly. Coming through with Snooze Wines, and he did it really well to Higgins. Here comes Luke Wines, spears the pass, Everall all through his fingers. Now they look together, went past him, Peergross. Blackley noted did really well. Tanner got the kick out of defensive 50 through the fingers of Edwards. Harry Keast on his tail. Here comes Lewis up the ground. That was a smart little chip kick, and they look to build off half forward.
Yeah, and it looks like it's Bishop. So Bishop, who's been busy this afternoon, goes further afield. Everall, good play that time by Blackney. No, he's been impressive this afternoon, but he might have been pinged here, and he has, for incorrect disposal. And McLaughlin will get the resultant free kick, and this is kickable for Sammy.
Yes, it is. It's type of shot at goal he'd like, where most people wouldn't even consider it. But good pressure there. And again, Lewis getting a bit higher up. Couple of intercepts, even that ground ball there, and good smart ball movement.
So McLaughlin comes in. I don't think he's got the distance. Big Men's going to fly Batten. Flash on the side, but Peergross happy just to fist it through, and it goes through for a minor score. So 3-7. 25, that is the North Warrnambool Eagles. 5-5-35, that is the Portland Tigers. That's on the Solomon's scoreboard as Tommy Sharp kicks further afield. Just a nice contest there, and the ball goes out of bounds, and we will have a ball up right on centre wing. So can't be long to play in this second term. 28.5 minutes gone, league contracting time clock. So it's going to be once again, it'll be Malcolm up against Vardy. Vardy just used his body well that time. But look at that little Fleet Brigade. Lovell just gets a quick kick forward. Reading it well as Bishop gets it to Scoble. So Scoble now, a little chip kick out into space. All of a sudden the Eagles finding a bit of space now. Bouncing football. Will it sit up for Keith? Yes, it does. He goes back to Lewis. Lewis, generally a beautiful kick. It doesn't let me down. And Lukey Wines on centre wing, far out of side, takes a nice uncontested mark.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he's the last couple of disposals with Lewis just up the ground and just, he's a player you don't want the ball in hand if you're the opposition.
very rarely makes the wrong decision or execution. He does both really well.
So here comes McLaughlin, starting to get his hands on the football a little bit more in this second term. Cade Lovell, handballs, finds Huppert. He gives a big wild handball looking for Blackley Noda, and it's only as far as the Eagles. So the Eagles have had a really good second term here. Lewis once again, standing start, looks for Snooze Wines, and he takes a third man in line. And he'll look to move that ball quickly on that beautiful left foot. Puts it towards the top of the square. His brother Adam's sitting there, and body work was good. And Adam Wines takes the mark at the top of the 10-yard square, and he'll have a shot 10 metres in front. And if he nails it, it's back to a 5-point game, Tildy.
Yeah, it just shows his importance as the captain, doesn't it? He might have had a couple of hands in the back there, but he disguised it pretty well, and, he's just a class player.
He's a ripper. Adam Wines comes in. Little chip kick. Doesn't make a mistake. And it's back within 5. 5-5-35 Portland. 4-6-30 the North Warrnambool Eagles. And that is on the National Tile scoreboard. And we're nearing half-time here at Bushfield on that league contracting time clock. And I reckon we might be near that 28-minute mark.
Benny Malcolm coming off here for a spell.
He just copped I think Big Vard's got him in the back in that marking contest, so he's a little bit sore, and I think he'll be just getting a little bit of heat. Tildy, all thanks to Koroyd Pharmacy on that back, I reckon.
Yeah, I think he's okay, mate, but I think you're right. He's a little bit sore, but I think we'll see him in the second half, no problems at all.
Yeah. No, absolutely. He's such an important player. So who goes into the ruck now?
Hunter
Goes up against Vardy. So we haven't got long to play here, you would imagine, and the Portland Tigers got something left into them. Well, Big Wilson's a target at the bottom of the pack. Jeffy Garlett, handball over the top to Sharp. Does it sit up? No, it doesn't. Probably unselfish in the end by Jeffy, because I reckon he could have had a little snap around the body, and the Eagles' defence stands up, and that was unselfish football, wasn't it, by Jeff Garlett, Wigsy?
Probably needed to be selfish there, you'd think. It's probably cost him certainly a score.
Yeah, that was going straight through, mate. He had to kick that, wasn't it?
Yep.
He just thought he'd just bring his teammate into the play, I think, Jeffy, which is great to see. There's Proctor with a big fist over the top.
You wouldn't have been handballing from there, Stewie.
Wouldn't think so, Tilt.
No.
Would not think so.
And once again, boys, Huppert hasn't come off the ball for the whole first half here. Do you think in the second half, mate, they might try to work him the other way a little bit? You know, the bloke's played the whole first half on the ball. You think you might sign someone to him and look to play through him at every opportunity going the other way?
Yeah, look, I reckon they're either going Lovell or Huppert. So I think if they're both on the ball, it might be a bit different. But I think they just back him in to just go. He's going to run the whole game on the ball and blow wherever he's playing up.
So here goes Adam Wines. It's been magnificent again this afternoon. Big fly from Edwards. Oh, but reading it beautifully well was the big man Vards. He just stayed down, didn't need to go. So the Eagles, can they score? Right on the cusp of half-time. Batten, beautiful kick. And Tommy, he's got the leg in him for mine. Yep. He's genuinely a big kick. I reckon the siren's not far off going. We've ticked over 32 and a half minutes here. And this would be really important because the Eagles could go in here up if Tommy Batten can slot this, and we have got the best view of the house. Right behind this one.
He's not looking sideways. He's not looking short pass.
I reckon the siren can't be far away. So Batten, he's kicked 2 in this game already. Tell you what, he strikes it all right, but it pulls to the left and goes through for a minor score. So 4-7-31 the Eagles, 5-5-35. It's half time. And what a cracking first half of footy. Scotty Carter, Adam Dowie and Trent Hill.
Yeah, look, it's been outstanding. Like, Portland jumped out of the blocks. Really, look, I'm still impressed with their running, but North Warrnambool probably just in the second quarter, just maybe clearance-wise, I reckon they just readjusted a little bit, and then certainly started to get some more centre clearances and stoppage wins and getting it forward. Portland are, they've been really, again, well organised, been able to mark the ball, lower their eyes, a lot of their shots at goal coming from marks. North Warrnambool probably just having to work a little bit harder. Batten's obviously kicked a couple of goals from marks, but it's a really good contest. And again, there's different stages. I think Portland, look, it's going to be sort of how far, but but North Warrnambool sort of wrestled their way back into the game, and on the back of, again, probably some of their unheralded guys, like the two Keese boys have been really good. Brennan off half-back has been terrific. And then, your Wines brothers combining as well. So, yeah, it's a really good contest at the moment.
Great contest. I'm looking forward to this second half, to be honest, boys. 4-point lead at half-time to the Portland Tigers, but the Eagles well and truly back in this game at half-time. Scotty Carter, it's going to be a really exciting second half of footy.
It's set up, isn't it? 4 points of difference. I just think the Eagles, when they were under pressure in that first quarter, defended really well, kept themselves in the game, didn't allow, the lead to blow out to 5 goals or anything like that. And I think they started getting on top in that second period of that second quarter. I think Vardy had a big hand in that. I just think he started getting on top.
Terrific.
Slowly worked his way into the game and just getting first use. A couple of important marks around the ground. So I just think he's slowly but surely getting on top in the ruck.
Listen, boys, we're going to take a break. It is half-time. What do you want to go? Actually, we better check the other scores.
I was just going to say, some good contests. We earmarked this round to be a really engaging one at the start of the day. So at half-time at all the other venues, we've got South Warrnambool 9-7-61 leading Terang Mortlake 3-7-25, so a 36-point lead. Port Fairy at half-time are only up by 2 points against Cobden, 5-5-35 to 4-9-33. Warrnambool and Camperdown's the other game that's at half-time mode. Camperdown 5-5-35 to Warrnambool 4-3-27, and things are just getting underway very soon at Melville Oval. But as you said at the start, Stewie, flip of the coin for all these games, and that's the way it's appearing at half-time.
Can I ask you, boys? I haven't seen them play yet. Where are Terang Mortlake at the moment?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think, again, I reckon they maybe lost some players during the off-season that probably just flew under the radar a little bit.
They were my selection to win the flag at the start of the season.
But again, probably a bit like Croydon, they might be. But you've got to win enough games, but yeah,
if you're not winning them now, you got to win them now to kind of give yourself a chance.
You don't leave yourself any margin for error if you don't win those early games.
No. I reckon Terang Mortlake and Croydon are in the same spot at the moment. I reckon they're very, very... And the game went down to 2 points last week. So, the next couple of weeks certainly going to be very interesting, that is for sure. Hey, listen, let's take a break. It's a halftime show. All thanks to Crawley's Milk Bar on the other side of that. Rookie's got a big halftime plan back in the studio. And a shout-out to Kerry and Jack Crawley and the team. The best chips and gravy in the Southern Hemisphere. That's right. If you haven't had them before, go and try them and even whack a little bit extra chicken salad on. You won't be disappointed. We'll take a break. We'll come back with more right after this.
3YBFM's Hampton League Live.
For our broadcast partners, Warrnambool Nissan, Badeness Rural, McDonald's Warrnambool Eastern Central, Sungold Fresh Local Milk, and Harvey Norman Warrnambool.
It's a place for the coaches.
Pickles are coming off and the bacon's going on.
The defenders.
Oi. Ooh.
And those who love a good smother. What? And at full time, you always go home with the chocolates.
Badeness Rural is locally owned and committed to serving the needs of the local community with a huge range of over 6,500 products and services backed by almost 150 years of industry experience and knowledge. The range includes pet and stock feeds, dairy, beef and sheep farming supplies, hobby farm supplies, rural equipment and tools, plus agronomy services including seed and chemical supplies. Drop in and see the team today at Badeness Rural, corner Raglan Parade and Caramit Road, Warrnambool.
The wait is over. All new Nissans have arrived in Warrnambool and it's been worth the wait too. Sharp modern design with the latest in all new tech and safety. Prepare to be moved by the all new Qashqai, Pathfinder and X-Trail. Come and see the team at Warrnambool Nissan today.
The world's #1 training method is at Warrnambool 24/7 Gym and Fitness. High altitude and oxygen training. Just add these to your training and feel the results. Find out more at Warrnambool 24/7 Gym and Fitness, Homemaker Centre, Warrnambool.
Dr. Xavier McKinnon here from the locally owned and operated Hampden Vet Clinic. We're now in Warrnambool and we're ready to look after your farm animals and available 24/7 if you need us. Pregnancy testing, lame cows, calf disbudding, we do it all.
Hampden Vets. Give them a call. They're good at what they do.
Time to get up, time to walk to the bus stop, open up the shop, time for gift, time for me, love and everything you see. The sun is up, time to take on the world this time. Time to wake up, time to climb to the top. Welcome to the world where the sun is always gold and it's waiting just for you. Time to get into life where the sun is always gold. Sun
If I want to buy that house, I'll need a conveyancer. I should get online and...
In 200 metres, take the third exit onto Liebig Street.
I didn't turn on my GPS. Okay, I'm turning right.
In 100 metres, your destination will be on the left.
On the left.
You have arrived at your destination.
Southwest Conveyancing, but... Oh, well, that makes sense.
Take the hints to get you on the right path to buying your home. Contact the Warrnambool office or southwestconveyancing.com.au.
Warrnambool's Harvey Norman is the destination for electrical, computers, bedding and furniture. See your local team of experts from all departments for the massive range of products from the world's biggest brands. Explore TVs, audio, white goods and small appliances. Laptops, PCs, mobile phones and smartwatches. Indoor, outdoor furniture and recliners. Bedding and bedroom furniture all in the one store. Get the best advice from the local experts at the destination for electrical, computers, bedding and furniture. Your locally owned Harvey Norman, Raglan Parade, Warrnambool.
It's a place for the coaches.
Pickles are coming off and the bacon's going on.
The defenders.
Oi. Ooh.
And those who love a good smother. What? And at full time, you always go home with the chocolates.
You gotta get down to Pontings, they're the expert crew, who are always here for you. It's where the locals go, and the tradies know. You gotta get down to Pontings, we've got ya.
The wait is over. All new Nissans have arrived in Warrnambool and it's been worth the wait too. Sharp modern design with the latest in all new tech and safety. Prepare to be moved by the all new Qashqai, Pathfinder and X-Trail. Come and see the team at Warrnambool Nissan today.
Hampton League Live.
For Warrnambool Nissan, Flying Horse Bar and Brewery, Warrnambool Sheet Metal, Luke Williams Real Estate and Pearson's Nursery.
94.5 3YB FM.
Lockie Rook here in the 3YBFM studio. It is half-time of Hampton League Live's match of the day between North Warrnambool and Portland, and it is time to award our netballer of the week, all thanks to Crawley's Milk Bar in Terang. Any day of the week, make sure if you're swinging through Terang, get some food or a drink from Crawley's Milk Bar, putting up a voucher each and every week. And for round number 4, last week, we head over to the Cobden Bombers and award our netballer of the week to Sophie Blaine. So a massive congratulations to Sophie on being our round 4 netballer of the week. Unfortunately, we couldn't get Soph on to have a chat, but we will definitely make sure she gets her voucher. And again, huge thank you to Crawley's Milk Bar in Terang. Cobden having their win over Hamilton Kangaroos last weekend, getting a 5-goal win over Port Fairy and Open Netball this afternoon. In other results, Koroit 64 over Hamilton Kangaroos 32. The Portland Tigers heading to the Bushfield Rec Reserve and getting a 6-goal win over the North Warrnambool Eagles, 50-44. And the Warrnambool Blues getting the job done over Camperdown, 57-51. Unfortunately, we don't have on Play HQ a score for Terang, Mortlake and South Warrnambool currently. Speaking of the Warrnambool Blues, on the centre pass this morning, myself and the 150 gamer from Naranda, Steph Townsend, caught up with Warrnambool coach Kate Lindsay after their draw over South Warrnambool and ahead of their win against Camperdown. This is a little bit of what she had to say this morning on 3YBFM.
How those girls are slotting in and sort of what they're contributing to the side.
Yeah, we did do well in the off-season. We had Casey, who's returning to the club, and we probably were confident that we'd get her back at some point, so that was really nice. What she brings is just experience and leadership. Her the way she looks after her body, the preparation she does before a game and the recovery she does afterwards. Like, we should have every player in our club aspire to be like that. And, she would say she's getting on in her playing career, so has to look after her body. But just the work that she does away from our sessions it's really admirable. She's got 2 young kids and it's just so lovely to see. Tani Porter came across from North Warrnambool. She's a player that I've had my eye on for a while, and she is super athletic, probably one of the most athletic players in the open comp, I would think. The beauty of her, she can cover sort of goal attack, wing attack, centre. She's got a beautiful feed. When she doesn't think, she just does. That
was actually one thing that I noticed straight away is I have obviously not being able to watch much Hampton, is her feeds were like pinpoint stuff. It was really nice to watch.
She's beautiful to watch. And yeah, Jo Joe, that was a surprise. I tried the previous year, and she was obviously travelling and stuff, and I know the club had tried her in years prior to that, but she sort of came through last minute, and I wasn't confident, to be honest. But I sort of had a chat with her, and I was like, "Look, you've got probably a small window to give Hampton a crack, and I think it's now for you if you want to." But really hard leaving what she has, and she talks so fondly about Naranda and how much she loves Naranda and the culture and the people and the success you've had, but really wanted to have a good crack at Hampton, and she's brought, along with Casey, leadership. And one thing that I probably didn't know about Jo is how intelligent she is.
Oh, she gets it, doesn't she?
Like,
It's
she
brilliant.
is just, her netball IQ is through the roof, and the feedback she gives in huddles and training and stuff, I just think is so great for a new player to come in and feel confident to do that. She's been fabulous to have on the bench the last few weeks, and I've loved being able to spitball ideas with her, but much prefer to watch her running around.
So some key points taking out of last week's draw. What will you be looking at implementing a little bit better? What areas will you be looking at implementing a little bit better today?
Metrics to maybe get a few ticks as opposed to crosses. Goals from gains needs to be up dramatically. Centre pass conversion needs to be up dramatically. Turnovers need to be down.
You know, the thing is, it's funny, we were standing there watching the game last week, and there were probably moments from players of all different experiences on both sides that just maybe missed a pass just slightly off, but it was the defensive pressure of both sides that caused it. And I think it was impressive to see in a weird way, because these are top quality players, but the pressure from both sides was unbelievable, which, I mean, there's always something to home, but it was just a really interesting thing to see.
It's a really good point. And it's probably a bit humbling as well that there's, I know that I was chatting to Will, and they had their turnover rate was really high as well. I think, for the whole game, for both sides, it was, up around 50, which is just huge. And it's, I'd say, definitely a portion of those from us were from no pressure or perceived pressure.
Yeah.
And probably their end as well. But I think it shows the quality of the game, and that there was pressure for the whole 60 minutes. But that's a focus for us. Like, that's the old coach killers, the breaks and the offsides and the contacts that are unnecessary. That's the part of our game that we need to tighten up, and that's what I want us to focus on today.
Hey, thanks so much for coming in, Kate. We really appreciate it, and all the best for the rest of the season.
Thank you. Go Blues.
3YBFM's Hampton League Live. 3YBFM's Hampton League Live.
For our broadcast partners, Warrnambool Nissan, Badeness Rural, McDonald's Warrnambool Eastern Central, Sungold Fresh Local Milk, and Harvey Norman Warrnambool.
It's a place for the coaches.
Pickles are coming off and the bacon's going on.
The defenders.
Oi. Ooh.
And those who love a good smother. What? And at full time, you always go home with the chocolates.
Warrnambool's Harvey Norman is the destination for electrical, computers, bedding and furniture. See your local team of experts from all departments for the massive range of products from the world's biggest brands. Explore TVs, audio, white goods and small appliances. Laptops, PCs, mobile phones and smartwatches. Indoor, outdoor furniture and recliners. Bedding and bedroom furniture all in the one store. Get the best advice from the local experts at the destination for electrical, computers, bedding and furniture. Your locally owned Harvey Norman, Raglan Parade, Warrnambool.
The wait is over. All new Nissans have arrived in Warrnambool, and it's been worth the wait too. Sharp modern design with the latest in all new tech and safety. Prepare to be moved by the all new Qashqai, Pathfinder and X-Trail. Come and see the team at Warrnambool Nissan today.
Time to get up, time to walk to the bus stop, open up the shop, time for you, time for me, love and everything you see. The sun is up, time to take on the world, it's time. Time to wake up, time to climb to the top. Welcome to the world where the sun is always gold and it's waiting just for you. Time to get into life where the sun is always gold. Sungold.
Badeness Rural is locally owned and committed to serving the needs of the local community with a huge range of over 6,500 products and services backed by almost 150 years of industry experience and knowledge. The range includes pet and stock feeds, dairy, beef and sheep farming supplies, hobby farm supplies, rural equipment and tools, plus agronomy services including seed and chemical supplies. Drop in and see the team today at Badeness Rural, corner Raglan Parade and Caramit Road, Warrnambool.
Have you been injured at work, in a public place or in a motor vehicle accident? Let us help you secure the compensation you deserve. Madden's Lawyers, with you every step of the way.
It's a place for the coaches.
Pickles are coming off and the bacon's going on.
The defenders.
Oi. Ooh.
And those who love a good smother. What? And at full time, you always go home with the chocolates.
The wait is over. All new Nissans have arrived in Warrnambool and it's been worth the wait too. Sharp modern design with the latest in all new tech and safety. Prepare to be moved by the all new Qashqai, Pathfinder and X-Trail. Come and see the team at Warrnambool Nissan today.
The Flying Horse is more than just a pub. It's the perfect spot to kick back with friends or family, indulge in a delicious meal from the new menu and wood-fired kitchen. Celebrate in one of their multiple function rooms. Catch up with mates in the sports bar or TAB. Grab a slab from the Thirsty Camel bottle shop. There's even a courtesy bus. Plus, don't miss Locals Night every Thursday night with food and drink specials, live music and more. For the perfect venue, it's got to be the Flying Horse, of course.
Hampton League Live.
For Badeness Rural, Southwest Conveyancing, Rafferty's Tavern, Warrnambool 24/7 Gym and Greg Allen Farm Machinery.
94.5 3YB FM.
Bushfield Recreation Reserve this afternoon. It's half time and it's the North Warrnambool Eagles 31. They trail the Portland Tigers 35, and that is on the Solomons scoreboard. Wigsy Dowie, Tildy Carter. I'm looking forward to this second half of football, to be honest.
Yeah, well, they were out early, Portland. They were out before the umpires, and again, I think they're going to back their fitness in for sure. So that's all the reports we've been having coming out of Portland this year. Was a fit running side, and they look like they have. But North Warrnambool wrestled their way back into the game. Sort of contrasting styles a little bit, like Portland have been really running and spreading and zipping the ball around, and North Warrnambool been probably off the back of a bit of clearance, still changing angles with the ball, but when their good players touch the ball, North Warrnambool, good things happen for them. So you're talking like your Lewis, Will Brennan's been impressive, the Keys boys, Luke Wines, even Matt Wines. So, but yeah, just forward line wise, Wilson's probably been pretty well held. Garlett, Hunter's been, probably reasonably well held, but North Warrnambool, Batten's got a couple, so haven't seen much of Everell yet or Anders.
Who wins from here, Tildy?
I like the Eagles. Two undefeated sides coming here today. We want to see a good contest, 4 points at half time. We couldn't have asked for much more. Interesting that the coach, Huppert, has gone and planted himself inside the forward 50 just for a little bit of a different look.
So, ball back in the middle. Hilly, who are you tipping from here?
I don't know.
Scoreboard's been reset too. We don't need that.
Start again.
Jeff Garlett on ball too, boys.
Something a little bit different for Jeffy, boy. So here they go, the Eagles. They're into attack to start this third quarter. They get the first centre clearance. Good fist away that time. Proctor on the top of Wines. There's Keese. That's Tommy. Gets his kick forward. Blackney Noda comes out though in front. I've been impressed with him today. He's been good, hasn't he, boys?
Been terrific.
Been great, and that's a beautiful kick to Lovell. Just bounced a little bit awkwardly, and Luke Wines looking to clean up. Here comes Gorman. Short kick, not his best. Chopped off there by Connor Peters. So Peters, who's a running machine, loves to run and carry. Got the handball out. He finds Proctor. Under pressure with the kick. Jackson has to try and massage through two, and that was clever. Inside 50, Sharp out in front. Good spoil in the end by Scoble. 50-50 contest. Nice little back push there from Scoble to Lewis. He's wrapped up across half forward. And we'll have a stoppage right on the 50-metre line for the Portland Tigers.
Great closing speed then, Reece Scoble. That was impressive.
Yes, how good was a mark from Daniel Jackson, sort of in between two as well. Vardy continuing his ruck dominance in the hit-outs. Good pick up by Harris, only as far as Piergross, or I should say Cade Lovell. 50-50 contest. Wines determined towards the footy. And he goes over the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw in. So 5-5-35 to 4-7-31. 1.5 minutes gone. And it is the third quarter here at the Bushfield Recreation Reserve.
Hey, we're alive in the first leg of the quaddie to the 11 wins, boys. So one down for Wally Sheen. It was the fate, but doesn't matter as long as we're alive. That's the key. Sharp scouts beautifully off the pack. He gets a quick kick forward. Wilson's going to be the target. Getting back there is Brennan. Off the ground. Wilson has a fresh airy. Goes and tries and gets it again. And he just says, the umpire says, give it to me, we're going to have a ball up. So umpire Lockheed in game number 450. What a great effort. So it's a 4-point lead to the Portland Tigers. Vardy really got himself into that contest. Wilson, could have been taken without it. No, umpire says play on. Brennan, can he gather? Yes, he can. Gets a handball further afield. Good play by Keast. He gets it to Cobb. A little bit of 1-2 action. So Keast looks further afield. McLaughlin, good fist away. Piergrouse is there. Coming through there is Batten. Ball goes out of bounds and we're going to have a ball up on centre wing.
They're going to have to Vardy's rucking just about everywhere. He's not going to get to this contest, but they're going to have to find some way to rest Nathan Vardy.
So who would be, if he's sort of rucking between, say, centre and back, who would be your forward 50 sort of ruck person?
Yeah, well, a good question. It could be a Tom Batten.
Do they roll the dice and throw Adam Wines in again a couple of weeks ago?
Yep.
Plays as that extra mid as well. Yep. Tommy Keith's been terrific. Gets it to Lewis. High kick towards half forward. Harris front position. Here's Sam McLaughlin on the left boot. Kicks it deep. Everall. But a nice intercepting mark taken there by Charlie Piergross.
He's been impressive.
He's a solid player.
Under 23s, 2 weeks. So a nice little player there and a nice sort of kick there to Cade Lovell. So Lovell plays on. Sidesteps in a bit of trouble. Keeps it in. Nice pick up by Clay Nichols. But they were too close to the boundary line. The pressure was good there by the Eagles forward. Yeah. We'll have a boundary throw in right on the paint of the 50.
Scotty Carter, all thanks to B&B Furniture Plus Mobility and Movement Solutions.
I'm pretty sure that the Tigers are one down, boys. I think number 24, Cody Jones, I reckon he done an ankle in the second quarter. I don't think we'll see him back out there today.
Well, thanks to Koroyd Pharmacy. The magic spray can't fix him. There's Jennings. He was dispossessed. Malcolm's in there, so is Wine. Stacks on the mill. And umpire Stevie Walker, I hope he's got a bit of sunscreen on that nude nut of his, because the sun is shining out here at Bushfield. It's a little bit cold in the back of the truck, but you get out in the sun, it's beautiful. Vardy wins that one down. Oh, McLaughlin just steps through traffic, just gets the handball away. Fist comes out. Gathered. Nichols. Bit of 1-2 action. Kick has to be good. Does it stay in? Good play, and the ball goes out of bounds. We'll have a ball up, boundary throw in. Richie smack bang on centre wing.
He's building into it, isn't he, McLaughlin? And it's going to take a game or two just to get back into that system and so forth. But he's certainly built in over the last couple of quarters. So boundary throw in, a little bit shallow. Should be probably a three throw in. Vardy was good. And the Eagles will see it over the boundary line for a boundary throw in. So she's been a lot of stoppages this afternoon.
Looking fit, Vards, isn't he?
Yeah,
he will sleep well tonight, boys. He doesn't usually ruck all day. Ben Malcolm might be used to it, so Fards will sleep well.
5-5-35 to 4-7-31. Cobb works it back. Here's Gorman. The entry inside forward 50. Batten flies from behind. Wasn't able to bring down the mark. Plenty of congestion are in the contest down in that forward 50. And umpire Walker will get the football and restart proceedings. So almost 5.5 minutes gone. Still that 4-point margin. That's all thanks to National Tiles.
So ball deep in North Warrnambool's forward 50. Goes through the hands that time of Malcolm. Coming through is Jackson. Malcolm gets it again. Jennings could have been taken too high. Well, they're looking for the ball. They paid it.
They've upped the pressure, North Warrnambool. Definitely upped the pressure around the ball.
And it's McLaughlin too.
Yeah, I think they've been... Portland obviously want to really use their hands. Highest handball team of the competition, and I think North are responding and trying to get some court with the ball decisions going their way.
So McLaughlin will have a shot, 25 metres out on a slight angle. Distance not going to be a concern. This to put the Eagles in front. Comes in, strikes it well. Umpire doesn't move. Eagles hit back and they go to 5-7-37 to 5-5-35.
They all get to him.
That they all get to him. First goal back in Eagles colours for what, 4 years, boys?
Yep. Yeah.
He's worked his way into the game well, hasn't he? A little bit quiet in the first quarter, which was to be expected, but since quarter time he's really working his way back into the game. And, you know, you throw him in the midfield, throw Jackson Grundy in the midfield, you throw Barlow in the midfield. There's a bit to come still.
Yeah.
Is it his brother that's on the Brisbane Lions list?
Yes, it certainly
is.
is.
Yeah, Will.
Yep.
Yeah. Good footballing family.
It is, isn't it?
So the Eagles, they hit the league for the very first time this afternoon. They're up by 2 points. Malcolm with the early jump. How's it tapped into Harry Keese? That was poetry in motion. And the kick to Batten, he had to stretch. Harris is lurking for that loose crumb, and he gathers. He gets it to Tommy Batten, squares it around the body, Everall direction. Blackley Noda did extremely well. Picked it up on the half volley, got the handball out. Wasn't his best. Everall's pressure's very good in the end. Still a 50-50 contest in that forward 50. Grundy was terrific. Held up that Portland Tiger. And it's a free kick in the end, so it's going to go to Campbell. So Campbell will get the exit kick. Scoble, terrific, but didn't fall his way. Picked up there by Richardson to Sharp. Malcolm under pressure with a kick. Gorman through his fingers. Jennings on his tail. He's got good closing speed. And out of bounds on the full. So Richardson, no, it's going to be Jennings with a free kick. Jennings, standing start. Who's he going to look for? Through the fingers of Curtis. Goes through to Noski. Just had to have that quick kick. Would have liked his time again just to steady his nerve and hit up Brennan. Boundary throw-in will occur 30 around from the Tigers' goal.
Yeah, look at Wilson then, obviously wants the ball in the air there. Once it hits the ground, Noski's really important for North Warrnambool. But, unlike Angus to usually it's his kicks.
Boundary throw in this time. Off the ground, kick by Adam Wines out into space. His brother Luke just happy to see the ball go out of bounds, and we'll have another ball up. So Eagles the ones doing all the attacking. Now the questions are being asked to Portland. What have they got in reply? They trail by 2 points. We've ticked over 8.5 minutes, third quarter action. So ball up again. Vardy's just been so good, hasn't he? Works his player under the contest again. Kick comes forward. What a grab!
Good mark.
That is a Peter Bolsh Bridgestone highlight of the day. They got 50. I don't think they have. They were looking for it, but that was Will Hunter.
I think we might have 50, Stewie.
I think it might be a 50, and it's going to be a certain goal. Yes, it is in the end. And gee whiz, he pulled in a real good
and against
grab.
A really good one-on-one player out of Whites too. I think that's why he was frustrated, because that would have happened too many times.
So Will Hunter will slot this one through, and he'll wrestle the lead back for the Portland Tigers. So it's an arm wrestle, a Mexican arm wrestle. Tildy and Wiggs.
Enjoyable game to watch, Stewie.
Yeah.
And the goal goes on the board, and the Tigers go to 6-5-41. 4-point leaders, 5-7-37. The North Warrnambool Eagles, and that is on the Solomons Flooring and Blind scoreboard.
Well, it's everything we wanted, isn't it? You know, we spoke about it on the way out. You know, round 5, 200 feet at sides, and it's becoming a bit of goal from goal now in this second half. I still think, I said it earlier in the day, I still think the game will open up a little bit as it keeps progressing. A little bit of fatigue will kick in, and, a little bit more space we found out there.
So umpire Walker stands a long way back to get the football from the boundary umpire. Maybe looking for that little bit extra fitness to run out the game. Doing a great job nevertheless. Lovell had his handball smothered. Centre half back for the Tigers. Harris has been creative throughout the course of the afternoon. As a good little small forward is. And the stoppage will occur at centre half forward for the Eagles. So 6-5-41 to 5-7-37. 10 minutes gone on the Lee Contracting time clock. Third quarter action. Malcolm and Vardy. What a great contest it's been. Out of the stoppage is Lovell. Gee, that ball's had some bouncing moments this afternoon. Brennan got it out. Wrapped up there was Jared Lewis from Jackson. And still a really tight contest in the clinches. No one going anywhere. And we'll have umpire Lockheed. And game 450 to resume play once again.
Second leg of the quarter, you're about to move in, boys. 1, 2, 7, 9, 11, 13 for those playing at home.
Huppets got it out. Malcolm under pressure, got the handball moving forward. Here's Lovell, 40 on the run. It's a worm burner off the boot. And did it go out of bounds on the full?
Yep.
No, it might
Hilly,
be a throw-in. A boundary throw-in will occur. So it's only going to occur about 2 metres around from the right-hand side point post.
Jake Wilson's been trying to, a bit like Tommy Hawkins, he's been trying to grab those out of the ruck, so I'm interested to see what he does here.
Well, he did one early in the first quarter and wasn't far off.
Too.
So Wilson up against Vardy. Front position. Vardy got the hit out. The boys are with Gartlett. It was a clever handball, looking to square it up. And across the face of the goals it goes, and it's right out of bounds on the full, and the Eagles will get the free kick. But it was a nice build-up by the Tigers. Just couldn't execute in the end.
It was Jeffy
Well, I was about
Gartlett,
to say, he's still got that step, hasn't he? That first couple of steps are pretty lightning quick still.
I reckon the early 30s.
Yeah,
early
he's
30s.
He's got some class about him, hasn't he? You know, and he's probably too unselfish at times, to be honest.
Doesn't have to have a lot of the footy to have an influence.
Oh, listen to the fans getting into it here too at Bushfield. They're going to get right into it this next quarter and a half, I reckon, too. It's a 4-point lead of the Tigers over the Eagles. It is game on at Bushfield this afternoon. Oh, gee, I nearly lost me sheets there.
Hey, boys, just a couple around the ground. Some tight ones around the district. Port Fairy, all thanks to Matt Cohire, 6-7-43 to Cobden, 5-11-41. Tied at the Reed Oval. 5-3-33 Warrnambool, Camperdown 5-6-36. Hamilton and Koroit have just started. Koroit have had a really strong start, 5-2-32 to one behind the Hamilton Kangaroos, and the Roosters are still doing it nicely up at the Ridley Recreation Reserve, 10-11-71, leading Terang Mortlake 5-9-39.
That's all thanks to Matt Cohire. I love it. Some ripping contests, and we've got an absolute cracker out here at Bushfield. Big throw in again. Vardy just about thumps it forward. Sharp gets a quick kick out of the pack, sitting underneath it. Plenty of players around this contest. Oh, coming through is Brennan. He was dispossessed. It's going to be a throw, and the resultant free kick will go to the Portland Tigers. And it's Richardson who pumps it long and strong. This is where he's dangerous. Doesn't need it, though. Bouncing football. Golski!
Gee, good kick.
And Richardson for his second of the afternoon. And the Portland Tigers, they extend this lead back out to 10 points as the big man Vards comes for a spell on the pine. And that Solomon's scoreboard reads, the Portland Tigers 7-5-47, North Warrnambool Eagles 5-7-37, 13.5 minutes gone.
Yeah, look, terrific goal then. But what, stoppage, and then, and this is going to be interesting now with no Vardy in there in terms of, I think they put Bailey Keese into the ruck. So I don't reckon he would have played there too much.
So back in the centre, Malcolm with the tap down, looking for Lovell. Working back there is Luke Wines. Had it and lost it. Huppet's in there as well. And again, we'll have a stoppage inside the centre square. So the last couple of goals coming to the Tigers. They lead by 10. 14.5 gone in this third term at Bushfield Recreation Reserve. The sun is out. Round 5 action of the Hampton Football Netball League this afternoon. Good 50-50 contest there. Huppet's trapped, not going anywhere.
I think we're out of the quad, boys. I think we're out of the quad. I think a 43 buggers got up and blown us out there, boys.
You can't do much about that.
We need Ozzy to be doing the quad for May races.
Gee whiz.
For us. So free kick, I reckon, might be going to Anders for the North Warrnambool Eagles. A good young kid, Liam Anders.
Koroit 33, Hamilton 1 too, boys.
Yeah, good start by the Saints. I reckon they will come out with a bit of punch this afternoon, the Saints. Here's Lovell to half forward. Watch sharp fly. Oh, good reading off the pack there was Garlett. Takes a bounce, uses his speed, looks to centre the kick, and finds Wilson. Gee, that was good vision, Tildy.
He's been unselfish all day, hasn't he? Like, he could have backed his pace and blazed away from the boundary line then.
Absolutely, he could have, but his inside vision was enormous. And just that burst of speed, quick 5 metre sprint.
We spoke about that just a couple of minutes ago, didn't we? Still got that quick step in him.
Came from a real good contest in their back 50 again, able to move it really quickly through the ground.
For 3 in a row for the Tigers. The umpire does not move, and Wilson converts for his second. And the Tigers, they extend that lead out to 16 points, 8-5, 53. That is on the national tile scoreboard.
Yep.
And the North Warrnambool Eagles are 5-7, 37.
Well, I think you asked Stewie a couple of minutes ago, what are we going to say to Portland now? Are they going to respond? And they certainly have. They kicked 3 in a row, I think, haven't they?
Yeah. So now Portland, while Nathan Vardy's off, put Ben Malcolm's come for a spell. So Will Hunter's gone to the ruck, Adam Wines is playing on. So, I suppose North Warrnambool really think we'll do as does Adam Wines going in there. It was really good a few weeks ago against South Warrnambool, but they've left Bailey Keast in there. He's given away probably a foot.
He'll give you a contest, though. Big truck. And he goes up. It's kind of a 0-0 draw in the end. There's Keast. That's Tommy. He's wrapped up. Going nowhere. So both big men off the ground now, just saving themselves for the last part of this contest. Been a really entertaining contest. One down that time by Hunter. Coming through there was Keast. Might have been a push in the back. Free kick's going to go to the Portland Tigers.
Another one here's handy, boys. It's got to really get this margin out
This
now.
is where they've been dangerous too, Portland. They've been able to find marks from this position.
So true centre-half forward position. Calling and looking for plays. Wilson wants it long, and that's where it goes. The big man, reading it well at the back, was Chopper Lewis. He's a good reader of the football. The chop goes short. That's to Cobb. So Harley Cobb under a lot of pressure takes a nice mark. Peter Walsh Bridgestone, highlight of the day. Cobb, little dink kick. Geez, kick had to be good. Portland got plenty of numbers around this contest. Coming through there is Wines. Back to Harry Keast. Steps through a little bit of traffic. Coming out there to meet it was Everell. Here goes Blackney Noda. I've been impressed with him today. He has been magnificent. Kick goes inboard. Just misses the target. Big hit there on Adam Wines. Coming through there was Jackson. Stacks on the mill. And umpire Lockheed says, let's have a ball up.
Gee, yeah, Blackney Noda's been impressive. Just reads the ball so well, whether it's ground ball or in the air.
Takes the game on too, Hilly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Takes it on from the back half.
Player at South Warrnambool.
He was.
Seemed to be injured and a lot.
He's
been playing up in Darwin?
Yeah, he's been up at the Tiwis, I think. Tan, so good to see him back and playing at the Tigers. Pierre Gross, front position.
Little hiccup response.
Tildy at his finest. Keast.
Hang on.
Was it you? Matthew.
The man killed the coke can.
8-5-53, Portland 5-7-37.
He had a crack at you literally early on the
day. He's unbelievable, Matthew.
Crack being the predominant word.
Here's the Lover boys working cohesively. The kick out of the pack, Luke Wines. He tacked it. He almost had it. His follow-up work was very good to O'Brien. Here comes Malcolm, lost it. Jennings, he lost it, had it, and then he lost it. So the Eagles through Brennan can create something here. Inside 50, waiting at the back there is Higgins. Ball over his head. Peters looking to retreat, gets it to Proctor. Just too much on the handball for big Paul Proctor, and the ball goes over the boundary line with a boundary throw in.
Just feel like North Warrnambool probably maybe just a forward short. Just a bail out of Charlie McKinnon, but
do you think might be worth swapping the two Wines brothers over, Adam and Luke Wiggsy?
Yeah, possibly.
They're remiss to do that at the moment, though, aren't they? For some reason, why is that?
Not sure.
I just didn't see it a couple of weeks ago. I thought the time was right too, to move him forward and just pinch it because he can kick a goal. We know that. So here go the Tigers. Defensive six have been really good. That Scoble sharp matchup's been a great one as well today. Scoble wins it again. Gets it further afield. That was O'Brien, but getting back and taking a nice mark there was Connor Peters. He's been good. He's got pace to burn too. Peters likes to run and carry the football.
Handball hurt here too, boys.
Over the top. Just keep an eye on that one, Tilt. All thanks to Koroyd Pharmacy. Here you go, the Tigers. They're streaming. Kick had to be good. It wasn't, and it spots Noski all alone for the Eagles. And he's had a really good, entertaining duel on Big Jakey Wilson too. Kick goes further afield, just misses the target. Brennan's good enough to get it again, but unfortunately the ball goes out of bounds. He's just getting himself together here, Adam Wines. They can't afford to have him off the field at the moment, can they, boys?
He is tough as. He won't come off unless he's
on no legs.
He's coming for a quick blow. Come for a quick little spell.
So the tap down from Vardy was good. Malcolm's back in the ruck as well. Tight in the clinches over on that outer side part of the field between wing and half forward. Will Brennan's just a player that stood out for mine today, Wiggsy. I just reckon he's been terrific. Reads the ball well.
Yeah, he's been really good.
Was awesome against Camperdown last week, and it's been equally as good this afternoon. So Lovell with the handball finds Jack Walsh only as far as O'Brien. Now it's Jack Walsh again, steadying kick, but intercepted by Luke Wines. Wasn't the required distance, so play on. His kick almost intercepted. Lovell did well and got the handball out. Here they go, the Tigers. Sharp gets it. They're good via the handball. Lovell turns in inside out. Inside 50, Wormburner. Only as far as Gorman. Edwards puts the pressure on him inside forward 50 for the Tigers. And the ball will be thrown up 40 metres out. And the Tigers, they lead by 16 points at the 22-minute mark of this third term.
Playing the end there by Harvey Gorman. Yep. A.K.A. the banger. Harvey Wallbanger. Good tap down that time again. Vardy to McLaughlin. Kicked a lot in his left foot today, McLaughlin. A good purchase on it too, and a nice mark in the end by Tommy Batten. So all of a sudden, Eagles into attack. Kick has to be good. Good fist comes over the top though. That was good play by Darcy Campbell.
So I think now North Warrnambool have got Bailey Keese back on Will Hunter. Don't mind that match-up. So now do you use Adam Wines forward on ball a little bit? I think because you look at behind the ball and you're thinking that's okay.
I would be.
Especially when you've got Scoville and Noski still there, and there's a lot of confidence in those two.
Tap comes down. There goes Edwards. Keister's there. That's Bailey. Lovell's in there. Gets it further afield. Wilson. Oh, the big fella takes him on too. Don't worry about that. High up and under. Sharp's going to be the target. Brennan gets back, so it's 2v1. Good contest in the end. Eagles defence stands resolute. Brennan to Keist. Back to Brennan. Oh, he's been good today. Nice bounce. Sells some candy. Can have another one if he wants to. Goes on that right boot. Kick had to be good, but wasn't. Higgins gathers. He gets it to Matty Wines. Matty Wines goes further afield. Oh, geez, nearly a nice mark that time by Anders. Plenty of players around this contest, but that back six has been resolute for the Portland Tigers, and Jackson in there again. He gets it further afield to Walsh.
Oh, good mark.
And a great mark taken by big Benny Malcolm.
Terrific mark.
50.
Oh, 50. A little unlucky.
Yeah, a little bit. Probably there, though. They've played a few throughout the day.
Yeah, I guess it's been consistent with
they have.
What's been adjudicated throughout the course of the day.
And the holding the ball's been pretty hot too, but it's been fair. It's been all day.
Was that 100?
Well, that's a long way.
50 from...
No, that's not 50. That's a lot.
That was inside the defensive 50-metre arc, wasn't it? Oh.
Well, good one.
Good
one. Land off Stevie Walker.
Good one.
Rightio. 45 metres out, Ben Malcolm within range. Close to the man on the mark. It goes through for a goal. And Big Benny doesn't disappoint for the Tigers faithful. And they extend the lead out to 4 goals. They've kicked the last 4, the Tigers, Tildy, all thanks to B&B Furniture Plus Mobility Movement Solutions.
Yes, I have. They've been. The question was Zarks, wasn't it? You know, North Warrnambool hit the front and they've responded really well, the Portland Tigers. 4 in a row, I think. They've had a terrific duel, Malcolm and Vardy. They've both had their moments throughout the game, but... for a guy that's virtually rucked 95% of the game, Malcolm, to have a set shot from just outside the 50 metres and still have the leg in you halfway through the third quarter is a great result for the Tigers.
Yeah. Come from there again, I reckon Portland's back line's been really good.
I do
really
too.
Good.
Yeah. They've stood up all day, haven't they?
They've got some names down there, boys, that I don't think I've ever seen play before. It's going to take a while to get our heads around them, but I'm sure we're going to know them before the season's said and done.
Now, the Eagles have kind of been on top in centre clearances, haven't they? You know, like I reckon
probably
since quarter time.
Second and third, yep.
So Malcolm again into the front position. There's Tommy Keist. He was dispossessed. Here's Luke Wines. Gets it to McLaughlin. Back to Lukey. Goes back to McLaughlin now. So he's trying to create some run. Here's Bailey Keist. Got a bit of space and time in front of him. He kicks further afield. Anders will be the target. Good fist away over the top that time. Well done by Proctor. Piergrass is in there as well. He gets the handball back. Once again, the back six. Piergrass Sets it up further afield, but the kick this time's been cut off. Nice mark. Luke Wine's got to play short, and his brother Matty. And Matty will go back and have a shot. 46 metres out, straight in front. But this is a big kick in the context of this game, isn't it, boys?
Huge kick.
They need this, the Eagles, just to stay within touch. 26 minutes into this third quarter. It's a 22-point lead to the Portland Tigers. So Matty Wines comes in. He'll kick just inside the 50-metre arc. Kicks on its way. He's pulled it just to the right, and it goes through for a minor score. So 5-8-38 Eagles, 9-5-59 Portland Tigers. That's on the National Tile scoreboard.
Certainly is, and Tanner Blackley-Noda with the ball in hand will bring it in, and he'll kick with some precision out there on that outer wing, and that's a beautiful kick in the end, and some nice work there by Lockie Huppets, who's had a terrific game this afternoon. Jennings calling for it in the centre corridor. Kick out in front. Oh, nice mark taken in the end by Ben Malcolm. So Malcolm, who kicked the goal just only moments ago, will go deep inside forward 50. Wilson, territory. Good punch away there by Bailey Keast. Forces the boundary throw in. 25 around from the Portland goal.
For a team that, like say, last year, a couple of years ago, they kicked the ball well. They really kicked the ball well.
I know their pre-season, their focus was ball use, but also to their fitness. And that's the two things that have probably stood out in the first 5 rounds. So boundary throw in. 21 points of the margin in favour of the Tigers, nearing three-quarter time here at the Bushfield Recreation Reserve. McLaughlin spending a bit of time up the ball. Oh, just a beautifully kick barrel there from Wines with a bit of a spinning element to it. Edwards looking to retreat. Daisy cut a kick, wasn't his best. Looking for a teammate. Up the ground there was Malcolm. Here's Cal Grundy. Can they create something here? Nice kick there to Zach Everell. So he's got Higgins over the top of his quick enough and accurate enough, and he will be. Finds him about 55 from home. Where's their next kick going to come from? O'Brien offers a short lead. Deep down is Wines. Batten's there as well. He'll look to go Batten territory. He stretches. Coming with a punch in the end was Blackley-Noda. Got the handball out. Matty Wines coming through. Can he trap it? He does. Works it back to Brennan. Inside forward 50. Everell standing there and takes a good, courageous mark. Very good kick from Will Brennan. And this is going to be a much-needed goal for the Eagles, Wiggs.
Yeah, look, really, well done. Like, that was one of those contests where Portland coming out in numbers, but North Warrnambool just had that frontal pressure, and then Brennan, he's been really good today, and Everell's, he's a tough young kid, so stood under it with the heat coming, and Matt Wines' one was important, so is this one.
So Everell, he'll kick from about 15 metres out, slightish angle. They need it, the Eagles. Comes in, doesn't disappoint. He gives them their 6th, and they go to 6-8-44 North Warrnambool. 9-5-59 the Portland Tigers. It's a 15-point ball game as we're nearing three-quarter time. Tildy Carter, all thanks to B&B Furniture.
That's what the game needed, that one, isn't it? You've been impressed with Brennan's game. I think it's just about the Eagles' best for mine. And I think Jake Wilson looks a bit sore, boys. He rolled an ankle in that last marking
bit
contest.
proppy, just walking back now.
Yeah, I reckon you might see him propping the goal square for the remainder of the game, boys.
Yeah, he's not moving that well, the big fella.
They've had a good duel, Noski and Wilson. I've enjoyed that contest.
Two contrasting sort of players, though, aren't they, too? You know, Noski can wear you tight, but he likes to be that running defender at times, whereas big Willow, he's more of that stay-home forward and likes the one-on-one battle.
Props in the goal square.
So ball back in the middle. 29.5 minutes gone.
Goal either way is important here, boys, in the last couple of minutes.
Oh, absolutely. There'll only be a minute or two to go, you would imagine. Here's that centre clearance. The Eagles look like they're going to get it again. Yes, they will through Keith. So it's a high up and under. Sitting underneath it is Grundy. That's Callum. Goes through his hands that time. All of a sudden, the defensive 6 under pressure now for Portland to finish this third quarter.
McLaughlin's gone on ball. He's been on ball probably the last 10 minutes. That was their move. Missed him up forward a bit, but that's where he made his name.
There you go, the Portland Tigers. Handball just missed the target. Coming through there is Snooze Wines. He was dispossessed. Umpire says play on. Eagles through Higgins. McLaughlin gets it further afield. Bouncing football. Has it gone through? Piggrouse just pumps it through and says, I'm not going to put up with this anymore. 6-9-45 Eagles, 9-5-59 Portland, 30.5 minutes, can't be long to play.
I reckon Matty Wines has been a really important player for the Eagles today. Like, just his class
Always
and
is.
use of the footy. Here's Hunter, gets it to a running Richardson. Short kick to half forward to Jackson. Now, where will they go here, the Tigers? Goes into the pocket looking for Wilson. Drops short. Great pick up on the half volley. Curtis just overrun it. Brennan there again. It's Jackson across half forward. Drags into Sharp. Looks to sidestep. Wrapped up. Gone. Good team tackle there by the Eagles and the advantage paid. No, it's going to come back. It's going to come back. And it's Wines who'll get the resultant free kick. That was a good team tackle. Switches it over to his brother. Luke with ball in hand. Short kick. Noski running outside D50. 14 points the margin. 31 minutes ticked over in this third term. Just looking to control the ball as they know the three-quarter time is near. So Lukey Wines plays on and he takes a bounce. That customary bounce. Kicks it long down the wing. Everall territory. He'll fly. Oh, that was a big fly there from Piergross, but couldn't bring down the mark. Handball comes from Walsh. They look to move it forward. Edwards works it back. Here's Walsh. Down the line he goes. Hunter the target. Intercepting mark was Luke Wines.
He's played well too for North Warrnambool.
Ball goes in, ball to McLaughlin. So poor old Juggy Wilson, I'm just keeping an eye on him.
Sore, Stewie.
Very, very sore. So they might have to try something a little bit different in the last quarter.
Yeah, they might push Scarlett back to the goal square one out inside 50.
He'd be dangerous too, wouldn't he, the big fella?
It's probably going to take Chopper Lewis out of the play a little bit again, isn't it?
So ball goes further afield. Can't be long to play. Oh, free kick all marked for mine, but neither. From the out, McLaughlin's in there again. He's been pulled for a free kick, and he'll get the resultant free kick. Centre wing.
It's a long quarter again, boys.
Real long quarter tilt. We're ticked over 32.5 minutes here.
Overtime for us today, I reckon.
Squares it up to Lukey Wines. He goes further afield. Getting back there was Everall. Just goes through his hands. Quick kick comes out. Jeffy Garland on the end of it for Portland. So just steadies the ship. Goes out further afield. Nice kick it was too. And that's Hunter. Wanted to play on. Now told to play on. Handball further afield. Here's Lovell. Steps through a bit of traffic. Kicks forward. Wilson's a target. Good contest again from Noski. Lewis scouts for the Eagles. Left foot kick forward. Oh, that's a great mark, Tommy Keys.
Wow.
It's a Brant John Deere, no fair, and a Peter Box Bridgestone. Highlight of the day contender. He's been magnificent. The Wines boys combining there. McLaughlin on the end of it. Left foot kick forward again. Batten and Everall going to fly. Notice there. Scouted beautifully well that time by the Portland Tigers defence. Back to Blackney Noda. He goes out further afield. Kick had to be good, but it wasn't.
Just bounced between half back. So it's starting to open up. Tildy, you called it.
Yep. Fatigue set in a little bit on both sides, hasn't it?
Few players just getting their breaths.
Yeah, they both want the siren, I think, both sides at the moment.
Big quarter, 33.5 minutes gone. Adam Wines gives it every bit of lead down the line. Piergross, I reckon it might have been. That's taken the mark.
He's a very impressive young player.
Good kid. Good kid, Charlie Piergross.
Under 23?
Yep. I think so. Would have had him in the training squad last year, but he was unavailable. He went overseas. So, impressive youngster, that's for sure. Curtis. He'll just go leisurely to Proctor. And Proctor will go leisurely to Blakely Nota. So just waxing the time here. He'll go short over the top to Curtis. Oh, too much on it for him in the end. Made him work. Keast wrapped up. Got the handball out to Higgins. Have they got one last one in them here, the Eagles? McLaughlin will go long. Everall territory, and the siren beats them all. And it's three-quarter time here at Bushfield. And the Tigers hold a 14-point lead heading into the final term. 9-5-59 to 6-9-45. In a good game of footy.
Hilly, let's go around the grounds, all thanks to Matt Cohire. What's happening in some of these other contests, mate?
Yeah, well, the Roosters are still getting the job done up at the Ridley Recreation Reserve. So at three-quarter time, it's 12-13-85 South Warrnambool, 5-10-40 Terang Mortlake. 10-point ball game over at the Gardens Oval. Port Fairy 8-10-58 to 6-12-40.
3YB-FM's Hampton League Live.
For our broadcast partners, Warrnambool Nissan, Badeness Rural, McDonald's Warrnambool Eastern Central, Sungold Fresh Local Milk,
Play on the telly and in Warrnambool, the live music.
The wait is over. All new Nissans have arrived in Warrnambool and it's been worth the wait too. Sharp modern design with the latest in all new tech and safety. Prepare to be moved by the all new Qashqai, Pathfinder and X-Trail. Come and see the team at Warrnambool Nissan today.
Time to get up, time to walk to the bus stop, open up the shop, time for you, time for me, loving everything you see. The sun is up, time to take on the world this time. Time to wake up, time to climb to the top. Welcome to the world where the sun is always gold and it's waiting just for you. Time to get into life where the sun is always gold. Sungold.
It's a place for the coaches.
Pickles are coming off and the bacon's going on.
The defenders.
Oi. Ooh.
And those who love a good smother. What? And at full time, you always go home with the chocolates.
Warrnambool's Harvey Norman is the destination for electrical, computers, bedding and furniture. See your local team of experts from all departments for the massive range of products from the world's biggest brands. Explore TVs, audio, white goods and small appliances. Laptops, PCs, mobile phones and smartwatches. Indoor, outdoor furniture and recliners. Bedding and bedroom furniture all in the one store. Get the best advice from the local experts at the destination for electrical, computers, bedding and furniture. Your locally owned Harvey Norman, Raglan Parade, Warrnambool.
This autumn at Pearson's Nursery in Allensford, you'll find a stunning selection of vibrant, locally grown annuals and perennials. It's easy to see why Pearson's Nursery is one of the Southwest's best kept secrets. Visit Pearson's Nursery, Growers Road, Allensford, and discover the difference.
If I want to buy that house, I'll need a conveyancer. I should get online and...
In 200 metres, take the third exit onto Liebig Street.
I didn't turn on my GPS. Okay, I'm turning right.
In 100 metres, your destination will be on the left.
On the left.
You have arrived at your destination.
Southwest Conveyancing, but... Oh, well, that makes sense.
Take the hints to get you on the right path to buying your home. Contact the Warrnambool office or southwestconveyancing.com.au.
Badeness Rural is locally owned and committed to serving the needs of the local community with a huge range of over 6,500 products and services backed by almost 150 years of industry experience and knowledge. The range includes pet and stock feeds, dairy, beef and sheep farming supplies, hobby farm supplies, rural equipment and tools, plus agronomy services including seed and chemical supplies. Drop in and see the team today at Badeness Rural, corner Raglan Parade and Caramit Road, Warrnambool.
Delicious meals, kids' playroom, function room, big screen TV, sports, live music, courtesy bus. Rafford East Haven has something for the whole family. Become a Hump member for special discounts at the Thirsty Camel drive-through bottle shop. Whatever the occasion, make it memorable at Rafford East Haven.
The wait is over. All new Nissans have arrived in Warrnambool and it's been worth the wait too. Sharp modern design with the latest in all new tech and safety. Prepare to be moved by the all new Qashqai, Pathfinder and X-Trail. Come and see the team at Warrnambool Nissan today.
It's a place for the coaches.
Pickles are coming off and the bacon's going on.
The defenders.
Oi. Ooh.
And those who love a good smother. What? And at full time, you always go home with the chocolates.
Need something welded or fabricated? See Warrnambool Sheet Metal. Commercial kitchens, benches, exhaust and new canopies, handrails, gates, mailboxes and toolboxes. There's not much Warrnambool Sheet Metal can't do. Braithwaite Street.
Hampton League Live.
For McDonald's Warrnambool Eastern Central, MGA Insurance, the Hampton Vet Clinic and Lucas Brothers Butchers.
94.5 3YB FM.
10-point lead to the Portland Tigers over the North Warrnambool Eagles.
Come on, boys.
How many years since Portland would have beaten North Warrnambool, do you reckon, boys?
I'm just
Yeah, a
trying to
few,
think.
wouldn't it?
No, well, I reckon, was it pre-COVID or post-COVID, they beat us, or it might have been 2020, beat us by 3 or 4 points at Portland.
There you
Come
go.
on.
That's still 5 years ago, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
So both huddles got some really good numbers around them here too, and be interested to see what the messaging was. How do the Eagles win this game from here?
Well, look, it's an interesting one because you're thinking if you're 4 goals down, you roll the dice. And again, is that your Adam Wines? I've just written down there, they've looked light on a bit in their forward line. Do Adam Wines and Nathan Vardy swap on ball, say ruck forward? Don't know.
Looks like Adam's going back down back.
Yeah, look, but Stewie, you spoke about it before the game. You show all your cards.
Yeah.
So they might be going, okay.
Yeah.
Like it'd be good to win the game. Is it everything lost if we? No,
Yep.
there's not. So they might be going, okay. Like how to, but again, McLaughlin, they made the move there. Looks like Luke Lyon's gone on ball. Nothing too different probably in the middle. And for Portland, I reckon Portland will be talking about back your fitness in, back our ball use. I still look like they've been the side that's running harder, I reckon, just still got that potential to overlap. So, so they're Tanner Lovell, Huppets, Ben Malcolm and Vard's been going at it all day. So, and their back line has really stood up. So, yeah, look, that's not too many more levers. I don't think they could pull North Warrnambool. Again, probably just look like maybe a tall forward short. And again, Portland's back line's that was probably the question mark, but they've been really good.
I reckon you're right in saying that probably Lockie Wines is probably the missing ingredient at the moment, just to have that pinch hit in the ruck.
And can play forward as well.
Yeah,
so.
And you've got McKinnon obviously out with Rebels duties too, but just to give Vards a bit of a spell in that centre corridor. And Vardy on cue gets the hand down, straight to McLaughlin, over the shoulder. He'll get the free kick, so the ball will come back. And I'll tell you what, Sammy's settled in pretty nicely now, hasn't he? Taking him a quarter and he's back to his old ways. He's a terrific player, Sam McLaughlin. Great to have him back in the Hampton Football Netball League, that is for sure. So the short kick to a running Noski. He'll go short over the top to Wines. That's Luke. And he's between wing and half forward. Inside he goes. Callum Grundy offers a nice lead. Works hard, Callum Grundy. Works hard. Inside he goes. Short kick on the lead, but Piergross reads it better off the pay. Gets a separation from his opponent and takes the lead and takes the mark. So a 14-point buffer in favour of the Tigers. Piergross finds Blackley Noda. And Tanner changing the red and white to the black and yellow. Short kick, spearing pass. It's a low one to Hunter across right half back.
They've done this really well all day, I think. Just, again, they've defended and attacked really well. Fast at times.
He'll go long down the line. Malcolm will be the target, front position. Cobb did well in the end to force a stoppage. Here's Hupperts, wrapped up straight away. Got the handball out to Jackson. Kicks the old snapper inside forward 50. Brennan, who's been everywhere this afternoon, was able to create something for the Eagles. And out they go of defensive 50. Bounces favourably for Callum Grundy. Short kick to Keast is good, and here they go.
Yeah, Tommy Keast's been magnificent this afternoon. When you start talking Matthews Petroleum, he'd have to be in contention. Squares it up to Adam Wines. Another one that'll be in contention. He can square it up further to Harry Keast if he chooses, but I think he's going to just go long and strong, and he does. Numbers with Portland, a big fist, and the ball goes out of bounds.
They've read that really well, I reckon. So whenever they've kicked long, North will into their forward 50. That's generally going on an out number and Portland's advantage. And to a tall, they're definitely a bit bigger than the North Warrnambool boys, so they've been able to kill it or mark it.
So boundary throw in. Eagles need to draw first blood in this quarter, I reckon. Here comes Harry Keast. He's wrapped up, going nowhere. And the umpire says, let's have a ball up, boys.
So out of last year's side, there's 14 players that played at Portland last year and obviously 8 that have come in.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, they've gelled nicely, haven't they?
Yeah.
In the first.
Out from Vardy.
There's a big one with a bit of territory. Matty Wines there looking to create. Some good tackling pressure from both sides. The handball come out in the end from Cade Lovell. Here's Anders. Left foot step out of the pack. Liam Anders! A Lucas Brothers snag of the day. It's a goal. They're asking to be touched, but Anders got the connection and gives some life for the Eagles.
I reckon that was the third umpire of the AFL. It's possibly reviewed, but it's not. So, but look, Liam Anders is probably one of the players who's had a fantastic season, and just left-footed. As soon as he got it in your hand, you thought he's capable of kicking it. So if he can have an impact in the last quarter, you never know. So, yeah, game on even more so now.
8-point lead here now to the Portland Tigers. The Eagles draw first blood in this final quarter. And Liam Anders, that was a magnificent left foot snap, a Lucas Brothers snag of the day. So ball back in the middle. Vardy and Malcolm, they've been at each other all day. Vards wins this one down. McLaughlin's been good in this last quarter and a half. Legged. No, going nowhere. Slid down. Thought the umpire might have plucked that one out. All of a sudden, if the Eagles get one here, the pressure's right back on the Portland Tigers. So Malcolm and Vardy again. This time it's Malcolm. Gets it to Lovell, who gets a quick kick away. Ball goes forward. Brennan's there. Cobb to Wines. Wines goes back to Keese. That's Harry. Little chip kick, looking for his brother. Just goes through the hands that time of Tommy, who's been magnificent. And the umpire says, let's have a ball up. Tony Carter, all thanks to B&B Furniture Plus Mobility and Movement Solutions.
Very much game on, boys. Nathan Vardy's key point at three-quarter time was that let's make it one-on-one over the ground. If the Portland Tigers roll a high half forward up to a stoppage, go with him. Don't sit behind the footy.
Sitting back there was Keast, and Piergrace got the mark, but it was play on, it was touched. They like playing in numbers. Caleb Level had it and lost it. Wines just tenacious at the contest. Higgins was able to create a kick, but they've got numbers favouring them if the bounce as well. And Nichols did well in the end. Got it to Peters. Still under pressure. Handball comes out to Edwards. Has to straighten the kick. Oh, Wines comes in, and they bang two in a row. Intercepts the possession, and Lukey Wines, right place, right time, and it's back to a 2-point margin, Wiggs.
Wowee. So, Luke Wines, geez, he played well.
Oh, hasn't he?
He played really well.
He's read that beautiful.
But just held his width really well. So I was about to say, gee, Portland have been good with their hands, and that kick just sat up a little bit, and Luke Wines did a fantastic job at just, again, holding his width as a half forward and chopped it off. And now it's, again, McLaughlin going in the middle has made a bit of a difference, I think, for him and Vardy seem to be working together pretty well.
So all of a sudden, a 2-point lead to the Portland Tigers. And the Eagles are the ones doing all the attacking. Here goes Harpitz to Jennings. He's wrapped up in a tackle, and that's going nowhere. So the intensity is definitely lifted here from the North Warrnambool Eagles. Their pressure has been really good to start this final quarter. 6 minutes down, they've kicked the first 2 goals of this final term to make the margin 2 points. Vardy, a little flick over the top. McLaughlin's there again. He handballs. Little flick as well from the Portland Tigers, didn't come off. Good enough to gather. Kick had to be good, and it is. And Clay Nichols kicks further afield. Joshy Edwards this time. He plays on quickly. Good pressure that time by Keese. That's big truck. And the ball goes out of bounds, and we will have a ball up. So the Eagles with all the momentum here, you can feel it a little bit changing, can't you, boys?
Yeah, absolutely. So Portland's still trying to shift the ball. North Warrnambool really conscious about taking away their time and space.
Boundary throw in between wing and half forward. Vardy reads it best and just gets it moving forward. Higgins front position. Thought he had it. Edwards trying to move it forward. Numbers favouring the Eagles here if they're clean with the pick up. Luke Wines wrapped up, not going anywhere. And right in that centre circle area, we'll have a stoppage. It's been a worthy game of first versus second here at Bushfield. 2 undefeated sides so far. And it's going to be one epic of a finish here at Bushfield Recreation Reserve. Again, stoppage doesn't go anywhere. O'Brien just hands the ball back up to the 450 gamer and Lockheed. Nice little tap down from Vardy. He's been very good this afternoon. Quick kick forward. Higgins. Edwards did well. If Higgins can get to the footy first, there may be a chance to create something here. Everell did well. Work the handball forward to Harry Keese. Inside 50. Oh, can Anders hold his feet and keep it in? He does. Left footer. Looks to work it back, but over the boundary line it goes. Right in front of that National Tile scoreboard. 2 points the margin.
It's winning the little 50-50s at the moment, North Warrnambool.
Great game, isn't it? It's going to go right down to the wire. I always like it out of Bushfield if you're kicking down this bar end in the final term. You get a bit of momentum for some reason. I don't know what it is. Good flick down that time. Vardy to Wines. He's wrapped up. That was Matty. Portland all of a sudden under pressure. Bouncing football. Kick come away from Lovell. Brennan's been magnificent for the Eagles. Usually really good by foot. Doesn't let me down. Beautiful mark too by Matty Wines. It was a finger tipper. And the snooze man.
Vardy's forward.
Vardy has pushed forward, and that's where the kick goes. A big fella, good fist in the end. There goes Grundy, that's Kellum. So Portland Jackson, he was dispossessed. Harry Keast, high up and under, kicks into space, bouncing football. Everell edges his teammate underneath it. Goes and gets it, handball goes back. Here's Luke Wine, steps through traffic, goes back that time to O'Brien. High up and under. Oh, Blackley Noda drops what he'd probably normally take. They're looking for touch this time, and they do get it. So back to a 1 point ball game. Portland Tigers 9-5, 59, 8-10, 58 the Eagles. That's on the National Tile scoreboard.
You're riding every bump and flying with every mark, aren't you? That's the type of game it is. So Peters runs it long his distance and he'll kick it long. Jennings flies!
Gee whiz.
He's got a leap. Ball falls behind. Here comes Huppets. Looks to paddle it forward. Works hard. Sidesteps. Regains his measure. Centre half forward. Hunter's the target. Ready at best was that man Wines. Adam Variety.
Guy's been good again, hasn't he?
He's a ripper, Adam Wines.
Glad they kept him back.
You wanted to move him, I said.
So Harry Keast, half back. Too much on the kick for his brother Matt. Coming out is Piergross, got it to Jennings, to Huppets. Under pressure with the handball, only as far as Harry Keast. Has to move the ball forward, Everell front position. And Lovell just awaiting the football. Blackley Noda sidesteps, barges through beautifully, Big Tanner. And he'll get the handball received. Sidesteps, kicks long, it's a floater towards half forward, but he's got the territory. And it spins in, looking for Jennings. And Jennings sees him over the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw in.
I'm impressed with Blackley Noda.
Got himself fit too, Big Tan.
Takes him on. He's a big man to stop when he gets going. When he gets a bit of momentum and he backs himself in. He's another good pickup for the Portland Tigers. They lead by 1 point. Hammond League low match of the day. 10:44 Vards. God, it's been a good contest here in Malcolm. Kick goes forward. Kick was smothered. So still a fair bit to play in this contest.
McLaughlin's just having a rest forward. He's just stretching in front of us.
He's been good in the second half, McLaughlin.
Terrific.
So, boundary throw-in again. Doesn't get the required distance, that one. Bit of a flop in the end.
We've got the close one here, boys. Everything sort of started to peter out at the other venues. So South in the lead against Terang Mortlake. Port Fairy's got a nice little lead on Cobden. Warrnambool's jumped Camperdown. And Croyd's still about 3 goals up on the Hamilton Kangaroos.
Good at choosing these games, that is for sure.
Floating fixture we have.
Floating fixture tilt. We had a cracker out here a couple of weeks ago, North and Warrnambool.
Yes, we did.
2 point last week, and now we've got the close one again. Here you go, the Portland Tigers through Lovell. Bouncing football. Jeffy just played it like a little juggling act there, but he couldn't quite gather in the end. Big Jakey Wilson wraps up Wines.
This will be an interesting stoppage. You're on with Garlett, who's probably showed some glimpses. They try and isolate him. Does Wilson maybe try and grab it out of the ruck again?
That's going to be Vardy and Malcolm. They'll do the ruck work again. Been a great contest, those two. Quick kick. It was smothered. Sharp. A lot of players converging on that contest. Good contingent of Portland faithful, I should say, over on the far outer side and the back of the ute too, boys. Good to see. They've had a good day, the boys.
They certainly have. So 1 point margin, 12.5 gone, so still plenty of time in this game left. And Vardy with a big tap down. Garlett just running towards the football. Boundary line beats them all, and we'll go down to the boundary with Tildy Carter, all thanks to B&B Furniture.
Yeah, I think as the season progresses, boys, I think you might find sides put a bit of work into Blackley Noda and probably try to drag him deeper. He's a player that provides so much rebound off half back.
Free kick.
Off the play, free kick here. It's going to go against Wilson, boys. Going to go against Big Jakey.
Adam Wines, the man who will get the resultant free kick.
Boys not happy too. They're going for the big fella.
Yeah, and he's just got
50 metres as well. So not great for the Tigers.
They've been a bit undisciplined today.
A couple of goals have come from undiscipline, haven't they?
Yep.
And this is going to take it out of the forward 52 now.
So Wines will be in the centre square. So it gives him a chance here, an opportunity. So Adam Wines just plays on and gives it some good length inside forward 50. Everall the target. Good punch away by Proctor. Good, reliable defender for the Tigers. Ball inside forward 50 for the Eagles. So gives them another opportunity, Wiggs.
Yeah, absolutely. So, again, it's probably been a bit predictable, long, and Zach Everall's got a good match up there, but they've got field position, so bit of space around this stoppage. McLaughlin. The two big boys. Vardy front position. His tap works exemplary. McLaughlin, here he goes. Check side! McLaughlin!
Wiggsy. Called it, Wiggsy.
Sammy has kicked the Lucas Brothers snag of the day. The tap down from Vardy, exemplary. And the check side execution from Sammy Mack. Terrific, Wiggs. This is the lead.
Well, that stoppage there, again, that was a bit more. You could see North Warrnambool wanted to open it up, whereas Portland's stoppage was like, let's just pack it up a bit. But, they've McLaughlin's got better and Vardy, like, I think
his tap work's been exemplary, hasn't it?
He will sleep tonight. He likes having a couple of beers too, so, he'll be wanting to have a couple of beers with a good wind behind him and then probably about 10 hours.
I reckon he's really loved the challenge today. At Big Vards. It's been a really good contest. All of a sudden, we're going to see what Portland's got in the tank now. So the Eagles have hit the front. Lovell comes through. There's Adam Wines once again. And that was beautifully called before that stoppage, Wiggs. You said watch for McLaughlin here. And a great call by Trini Hill as well. Here he is again, McLaughlin. They are combining so well. Kick goes forward, bouncing football. Who's at the back of the pack? Proctor. He's got some pace to burn too. Proctor goes inboard. Oh, he didn't really realise the kick was coming to him there, the young fella. Well done there by Harris. Back to Keys. Goes inboard. Beautiful kick to Batten. Never panicked.
He got Luke Wines.
All of a sudden, Eagles doing all the attacking here. Little dink kick over the top to Everall. And he doesn't let him down. And Zach Everall will go back and have a shot. 35 metres out, nearly directly in front. Eagles lead by 5 points, this to extend it to 11.
Gee, Tom Keisters, I've said it a few times, he's been terrific. Just found his niche, playing his role. He's been really good.
He had a most improved for the first 5 rounds. I reckon he'd be leading the charge.
Terrific.
So Zach Everall comes in. Kicks on its way. Oh, no, he just misses to the left. So it's a 6-point ball game now. Scotty Carter, all thanks to B&B Furniture Plus.
Feels as though Portland's overlap runs dried up a bit, boys. They haven't been able to chain that handballs. Those 3-4 handballs coming off half-back, coming through the middle of the ground. Yeah,
you're right, Tildy. Their run's definitely stopped. Tanner Blackney, looks like he might have been pushed forward here.
Here's a kick in from Peters. Well ready there with Jackson. Here's Jack Walsh. Kicks it out in front. Curtis will be the man. Got that separation. Wilson.
Open.
So, Wines was doing well to block up the space. Wilson will be the one in the pocket. Jake takes the mark. He took it low.
He protected his space well then, Hilly.
Yeah, he's a smart player, isn't he, Tilt?
Yeah, he is, mate. He is. And they've had a great duel. So if he kicks this will be 3 for the day.
Yep.
Yeah, they've had a good duel.
Certainly have. So not an easy kick either. So he's on the side for a left footer, so a non-preferred side for Big Jake.
Yeah, he probably owes him a goal after that 50-metre penalty too, to be honest.
15 metres out. Tight angle to give him back the lead. And Wilson comes in and has pushed it to the left in a minor score. So it's back to 5 points. 9-6-60 to 9-12-66. The Eagles lead by 6 points. 17.5 gone in this final term, Weeks.
Wow, who's got the run? Portland again, look like, but North Warrnambool, they're good players just getting their hands on the ball, especially middle of the ground.
Really exciting contest. This one, it's ebbed and flowed all afternoon. The Eagles have really answered back in this final term. Ball on the far outer side, smack bang on centre wing. We're going to have a ball up. It's a 5-point lead to North Warrnambool over Portland. 18 minutes gone, final term, league contracting time clock. Umpire Lockheed in game number 450. Sun shining, perfect conditions for football. This time it was 1 down by Malcolm. Cobb's in there as well for the Eagles. Quick kick comes forward. There's Wines. That's Adam. He just reads the ball so well. You've got to put a bit of work into him, don't you?
I think you can't leave him the spare one behind the ball.
Make him accountable.
Someone just come up, at least
Go
make it 2-on-1.
Yep.
Yeah. Happens so often. You see it with sides like Dallas Mooney does it so well.
So he's back there now again on his own.
You've got to make him accountable, that's for sure. Here's Big Vards with a double fist. It doesn't get quite as much purchase. Cobb comes through to Keast. Goes back this time to Nuggy Wines. Little chip kick. Oh, the kick was clever in the end.
Just does it with ease.
Really clever. That's a nice mark by Harris too. The player inboard in Brennan. Kick has to be good. All pressure calm. That was from Lovell. Kick off the ground straight in the hands of Noski. Noski squares it up to Scoble. Scoble's got Wines running. He's also got Keast. He's got Shopper Lewis short. Goes short that way. So the chop. He's got Wines further afield. Little kick to Keast. He can go now to Adam Wines if he sees him. Don't think he's seen him as yet.
Kicking not one of Tractor's strengths. He'll be a little bit nervous here.
He'll be a bit edgy, the track. Just bangs it down the line. Good option for mine. Batten. There's Piergross. He gets it further afield. Kick goes forward. Wilson's the target. Use his body well, the big fella. Flicks the ball out. Handball was smothered. Curtis is in there. Scoble gathers for the Eagles and just runs her across the boundary line, and we're going to have a ball up.
Desperate times there for the Eagles, and they did it really well, Wigsy.
Terrific. Just, again, one-on-ones. Angus Noski. Again, till he's caught, it's been a really good battle between him and Jake Wilson.
So boundary throw between wing and half forward, and the two big boys. They'll be stuffed tonight, let's be honest, between Vardy and Malcolm. They'll certainly earn a quiet ale or two. And the ball goes over the boundary line for a boundary throw-in. So 20 minutes has ticked over final term. It's a 5-point margin in favour of the Eagles. 9-11 to 9-6. And a good crowd here at Bushfield Recreation Reserve. So boundary throw-in again. The tap down from Malcolm. Jackson just overran it. Keast trying to keep it alive. Numbers favouring the Tigers. Good handball from Hupperts. Oh, the flick to Lovell was exemplary. Goes to half forward. Jennings takes the mark. So Jennings still a fair bit of distance from home. We know he's a big kick and he's a X-factor. But he spots up Curtis in the pocket. So he improves the distance by about 20, but the angle still very much the same. So Martin Curtis. He's been a sound player this afternoon. A connector between the midfield and the forward line. He's going to have a set shot. It's a big kick for the Tigers. Comes in. It's a floater. Mark on the line, no. Minor score for the Tigers, and it brings the margin back to 4, Tildy, all thanks to B&B Furniture.
Just wonder if it's time for a bit of Jeffy Garlett magic here in the last couple of minutes, boys.
I reckon, mate.
I think Jared Lewis has done a pretty good job on him, really. Jared hasn't had a dominating game. He's been serviceable. He's shut out a pretty good player.
Yeah.
Just watching the Goodwood handicap over in South Australia, boys. Cleo Cat for the locals, saluting for Tom Dabenig in the previous race, and over the top possibly. Here comes the Giga kick down the outside. In the Goodwood, there's about 100 metres to go as he left his run too late. I reckon it might be Stretton Angel in front, and I think Stretton's going to get the job done, and the Giga will run second or third.
Jeff Garlett just rolling up with this stoppage, Tildy.
There's that man Vardy again. Quick kick comes out. Nichols couldn't quite take the mark. Here's Jeffy. Oh, he just steps through traffic, Jeffy. Kicks into space. Geez, he's still clever, isn't he? Sharp gathers. He steps through one. Runs from 40. Sharpie goes bang! Golski!
Touched, I think.
Sharp as goal!
Let's go.
He's conferring with the umpire. They're going to go upstairs, are they? Who's up there? Johnny Palmer's up there officiating. And what are they doing? It is a goal! It is a goal, the Tigers. They hit the fronts at Bushfield Recreation Reserve, and that was a Lucas Brothers snag of the day from Tommy Sharp. And the Portland Tigers, they go, as I wait for the scoreboard to come back up, 10-7-67. The North Warrnambool Eagles 9-11-65, and what a good finish by Tom Sharpwicks.
He's always been, like, even when he was coach, just classy player, dangerous forward. You needed two of him, but gee, that was a good finish. Lovely sidestep. Look, quarter's been going 30 minutes plus, so there's still
a bit of time
left.
2 points the margin. It's only one quick clearance out of the centre, and off you go for the Eagles. Jackson gets it on the left boot to that outer side wing. Edwards first to it. And he gets the handball out, but is dispossessed and is only as far as Luke Wines. Joey Higgins presents nicely. Had it, lost it. Had it again. Here they go inside, forward 50. Matty Wines there. Zach Everell stretching attempt for a mark. There was Edwards. Here come the Eagles. Harris high up and under kick. If they mark it, it'll be paid, and it's a beautiful mark taken by Richardson.
Jeez.
And Peter Bolts-Bridgestone, mark of the day contender.
That was good, wasn't it? That was a good mark under pressure. Malcolm's the target. Big fist that time by Wines over the top. Bishop's in there. He gets a handball further afield. Vards gets a handball out. Good play. Off one step, there is Keys. Beautiful kick! Harry Keys! Off one step, goes bang! And the Eagles are back in front. And we have got a ball game. And keep an eye on Tommy Sharp. He's just slow to get up from that contest, but what a goal. 55 from home. And North Warrnambool Eagles have wrestled the lead back from the Portland Tigers. 10-11-71. Portland 10-7-67. National Tile scoreboard.
Tell you what, and we've spoken about Sam McLaughlin. When Portland were going to get a loose ball on the far wing, he put the burners on. Portland, might have been Edwards, picked up the ball. McLaughlin just tackle, turnover, calls that goal.
Here we go. The tap down to Jackson was good. Lovell will go on the right boot and get some distance with a kick. Wilson, territory. Good body work by Noski. Brennan was clever. Just got the handball out in the nick of time. Here's Jeffy. Wrapped up straight away. Didn't have much time to get rid of it. Keese jumps on. Stoppage inside forward 50.
They've been dangerous out of the middle, I reckon, Portland. I reckon, they've just either roving off Artie or Malcolm's getting, Malcolm sort of maybe a bit of ascendancy at the moment.
I told him, just noticing Huppets is on the bench in front of him, mate. They've got to get him back on, don't they?
Yeah, he's just come off. He's only been off for about 30 seconds, mate.
McLaughlin.
He's itching to get back on, don't worry.
McLaughlin out of the stoppage. Matty Wines, handballs. Watch Harris go. Inside 50. Edwards, Everell. Edwards did really well. Got the hand, and it's a point to the Eagles. And it puts them up by 5. 10-12-72 to 10-7-67, 26 gone.
Oh, Jesus, this has been a good game, boys.
Ripper.
There's still something to play. 26 minutes gone, as you said. You'd think about 4 minutes.
Beside most of the game.
So kick comes out. It's a floater. Well, going back with it was Bishop coming through Malcolm. And we will have a boundary throw in right in front of us. It's got cold out here too, to be honest.
But the contest is hot, Matt.
It is. It is, Hilly. So Malcolm and Vardy. Gee, it's been a great contest between those two. They could both feature in their club's best players today. Coming through there was Jackson, wrapped up in a tackle. What will the umpire say? He says no opportunity. Umpire Lockheed in game number 450.
Portland has just been winning these little ones. They seem to have a bit more space.
Let's watch McLaughlin and Jackson here. Going to be so important. This time it was one down by Malcolm. There's Jackson. Lovell. Missed the contest there. Harry Keast. Cobb gets it further afield to Harris. Little in and under handball, and the ball goes out of bounds, and we will have another boundary throw in. So 27.5 minutes gone. It's a 5-point lead to the North Warrnambool Eagles.
Yeah, she's tight. 50-metre line for the Eagles. 55 from home. They hold a 5-point margin. First versus second here at Bushfield Recreation Reserve. The big fly from Malcolm. Ready at best was McLaughlin. Sidesteps. Inside 50 he goes. He kicks to the goal square. Oh, touched on the line. No. Play on. Here's Edwards. Sidesteps. Gets it to Piergross. Handballs out. Making his teammate Peters work. Can he keep it in? No, he can't. And a boundary throw-in will occur. She's tight, Tildy.
It is, Hilly. Piergross played a super game. He just needed to hit that handball target then. They were on their bikes. But, 5 points a goal here would make it very difficult for the Tigers, though.
Watch McLaughlin again.
So Malcolm and Vardy. Oh, Vards just grabs it out. Oh, good play there. And here he goes. McLaughlin on cue. He's wrapped up. Umpire says play on. Nichols grabs it, pumps it long for Portland. Blackley Noda's gone forward, bouncing football. Keast is there. Here goes Blackley Noda. Beautifully read though by Lewis. He swings onto the right boot, but nice mark taken there by Jakey Edwards. He's got little Jeffy short and he uses him. They've got a lot of plays behind the football. Goes out further afield. Not his best kick, Jeffy. And cutting off and taking a nice mark was Brennan for the North Warrnambool Eagles.
Oh, he's been good, Brennan. He's been absolutely terrific off his half-back flank. And he'll kick it down the line. Watch Vardy, Malcolm, the two big guys. Through the fingers of Cade Lovell. Tried to do a bit of soccer work there. Keeping it alive there was Wines. In there is Harris. Out to Cade Lovell. Gets it out to his teammate, then Hunter. Back to Cade Lovell. Works it back in. Here's Piergross just around the body. Malcolm takes a good mark.
Oh. He's been good, that big feet.
So we'll go back to Benny Malcolm.
Still plenty of time here. 29.5 minutes gone. I reckon the quarters have been going for 32, 33, haven't they?
Yeah, the last one went for 33. So here's Malcolm. Even though the time is, I still reckon it's getting close. He's unsure where to go. There's just no holes to pick through. Kicks it long. Who's going to fly? Blackley Noda does. Well read by Brennan. Terrific. High up and under kick. Watch Malcolm and Vardy fly. Defensive punch. Huppett's first to it. Gets a handball out. Finds Lovell. Inside 50. Attacking the football there with the Eagles. Coming through is Wilson. Can he get the handball out? Only as far as Noski. Still a loose football. Bounces awkwardly for Walsh. He's batting up the ground. He's wrapped up by Hunter. And a stoppage will occur. 5 points to the margin. Still in favour for the Eagles.
Gee whiz, everyone's on edge here. The fateful down in front of us.
They've been good at these, though, Portland. I reckon they've been winning these in the last 5 minutes.
Malcolm, Vardy. Coming through, skewed off the side, it goes out of bounds on the full result, and free kick will go to the Eagles. It'll be Will Brennan. So Brennan will get the free kick.
Get off the ground, Jeff.
Jack Walsh just hobbling off two, boys.
He saw too, Jackie Walsh.
He's rolled an ankle too, boys, I think.
So Brennan, he's just going to kick down the line, you would imagine. So Vardy's going to sit underneath it. Oh, big fly from the side from Piergross. McLaughlin. Oh, he's been magnificent at batting now. Pumps the Eagles into attack on the end of an end roll. And he can chew some time up here. He's marked right on the 50-metre arc. And he's got the leg, this kid, I reckon, too. And they're telling him to chew a bit of time off the clock. We've ticked over 31 minutes and 17 seconds.
North Warrnambool need to be setting up for a kick straight down the middle if he misses.
A point will make it a 6-point ball game here. So Everell comes in, strikes it good. It's going to go through for a minor score. Distance wasn't a concern. So I think the best result for Portland here could be a possible draw. 6-point lead to the Eagles. He's going to have to barrel it straight down the guts. He plays on. And he just goes long and strong, goes through the hands of Malcolm, and Vardy takes a nice mark.
He attacked it well, Malcolm, but just a little bit hard on the kick, and Vardy just kept his nerve. Inside forward, 50. Edwards flies. Here's McLaughlin, being terrific. Skirts, he gets it to Everell out of bounds. And a free kick's going to go to the Eagles.
They've done enough, the Eagles.
Yeah, they have.
Was it McLaughlin who got
it high, mate. Definitely threw a kick there. And smart place to kick the ball by Vardy too into that boundary pocket.
All plays on, wrapped up, free kick to the Tigers. So they've still got a pulse here. Proctor with a free kick on left half back. So 6 points to the margin, 32 ticked over. There's the siren, and the Eagles prevail and are going to round 6 unbeaten. And they keep their clean record alive with a 6-point victory, 10-13-73 to 10-7-67. Good game of Hampton League footy.
Oh, an absolute belter, to be honest. And, well, gee whiz, just a game that had absolutely everything. Wiggs?
Unbelievable. That was, boys, you did well in terms of corner on the run. But, yeah, what a game. And I think and we spoke about in the pre-game, like Portland coming here, win or getting close, and they were terrific. But North Warrnambool, again, it's a hard place to play. They just found something. Again, McLaughlin going onto the ball, was in the end the difference, but fantastic.
Hey, let's go downstairs to Scotty Carter, who's got one of the real key players this afternoon for the North Warrnambool Eagles in Will Brennan.
Will, congratulations, mate. Gee, that was a hard-fought victory. That was a terrific game of footy, mate.
Thank you. Yeah, it was good to get the win.
Now yourself, mate, how have you enjoyed the move to half-back? You've been in red-hot form this year so far. You're really enjoying it back there at half-back?
No, it's good. The boys make it easy. Playing with Chopper Lewis, it's pretty easy. All the talk down there with Gus, Scobes and that, it's good.
And the other one I want to ask you about, mate, the inclusion of Sam McLaughlin today. Took a quarter or so to work his way into the game, but after that, he very important player. He's only going to get better as the year progresses too.
Yeah, for the first game of the year, he was huge. Second half, he really brought us over the line, gave us a spark in the midfield, and yeah, it was good. Good to play with him.
And, mate, I know as a player, mate, no one likes wrapping their coach up too much, giving him too many pats on the back, but gee, I thought Nathan Vardy was awesome today, and his duel with Ben Malcolm was a super entertaining contest to watch.
Yeah, that was a huge ruck contest, yeah, he's good to play with. I won't say that to him, though, but it's good. It's good ruckman.
Good on you, mate. 5 zips, terrific start to the season. Enjoy the win. It was a great game of footy to watch.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Well done.
Yeah, Will Brennan down there, and Willie feature in our pit stop menswear MVP 3, 2 and 1 a little bit later on, Wigsy.
Oh, he's very good. He was very, very good. Sam McLaughlin, how they called him in the first quarter, but gee, didn't he?
He's second and third and fourth quarter pretty good, weren't they?
Second half, but like both sides. I thought Portland again. Whether it was because they looked good early on, just running, and you just wonder though whether that took a toll on them in terms of again whether they used too many petrol tickets, but they were terrific and didn't lose any admirers as well. And again, look at a couple of probably bits of undisciplined play, which has probably cost them a couple of goals. Probably the difference in the game in the end.
Great game of Handball League footy, that is for sure. And, a really hard-fought victory, a 6-point win in the end to the North Warrnambool Eagles over the Portland Tigers. And the girls are pumped up too. Maddie Smets has just given us the fist pump. She's excited. The ladies have had the day on the wing today too, so there'll be plenty of celebrations going on out of Bushfield.
Good numbers in there too, Stewie.
Yeah. I think there's a bit of live music at 5 o'clock too in the room, so just to finish off the finale of the ladies' day. So they'll be going for a few more hours yet, I would imagine.
We should have set you over there, Tilt, for a little chat.
We need a possum here for that, Stewie. He's always very good over there in the ladies' day on the wing.
A really good game, that is for sure. Hey, this is the post-game, all thanks to Conquest Pools in Warrnambool. Matty Canadian, the crew, we must give them a shout-out for all your pool needs. Don't forget them. And also, Bojangles Pizza on board in season 2025 too. And don't forget they're open for Mother's Day tomorrow night. So if you're thinking about taking Mum out for a little feed, get in for a little bit of Bojo's.
I love a little grand special from Bojo's. Usually my go-to for the May Race Carnival. Usually have 3 nights in a row if you go all 3 days. And yeah, love the old Bojo's with the old grand special to ripper.
Absolutely magnificent. Hey, listen, let's take a break on Hammond League Live. We'll come back and go through our better players, our award winners, on what has been a great day for the North Warrnambool Eagles. They ran out 6-point victors over the Portland Tigers.
3YB-FM's Hampton League Live.
For our broadcast partners, Warrnambool Nissan, Badeness Rural, McDonald's Warrnambool Eastern Central, Sungold Fresh Local Milk and Harvey Norman Warrnambool.